gave my pride, left all my regret. I just wish to be stronger, to give it all my best. What do I do to spread this burning cow?
Okay.
It did not fix it. Oh wait, no, it did.
No, it fixed it. We're live.
Oh,
We're live.
Live!
Woo! Woo! 1 million casters.
Woo!
Get out of here.
All right. Have
All
fun,
right, I got a
casting.
game to
out.
play. See ya. Bye.
Hold on. Our audio is coming through, but yours isn't.
Whoa. One-sided audio coming through? Am I coming through?
There we go. I think you just fixed it right there. I heard Iggy come through.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
here.
Iggy's
real?
been coming through. Okay, now I'm coming through. It's because I didn't put an input setting. That's why.
Yeah, y'all are both coming through now.
I forgot to add
Wonderful.
that. Okay, I'm sorry
Real.
about that. Yeah, we had a little bit of technical difficulties with that one. It was working earlier, but I forgot to do something, and it got a bit messed up. But we have come through. We have delivered. Today's stream is going to be a little bit scuffed. I apologize for that. Our producer, Max, who normally runs the stream for us while we cast, is not here today. He's out of town. So I am having to run the stream myself. I set it up like an hour beforehand and stuff. So there's not going to be replays. There's not going to be a few animations. But we will have, all the gameplay, all the good stuff. Because, we were looking at this bracket and we just decided that this was too good of a turnout to just not stream it. So we said, it might be a little bit scuffed, but we need to have a stream. There's some really awesome teams here tonight, and we just had to do it. So anyway, we're here now. Soggy Iguana with me today. Also Baff, because I didn't originally have a caster, so she's here to keep us company. But yeah, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. A tournament without a little bit of scuff isn't a real tournament, so I'm glad we were able to get this out of the way early. And by early, I mean on stream.
Yeah.
That being said, I completely agree. You've got some really exciting teams here. It's been a real good turnout. 26 teams overall really got me jazzed.
Yeah, I am very excited. There are some teams in this bracket that I'm very excited to see tonight. Speaking of which, our first match is already going to be off to a pretty wild start. Seraphim Vermilion versus Chikara Glazers coming hot off of this Swiss round. Seraphim Vermilion 4-0, Glazers 3-1, and it looks like their first game here in the winners quarterfinals is in fact going to be on IME's app. So whenever the players are readied up, we'll be jumping into that, but it's going to be a pretty exciting one. High kill game, and if we remember the history here, Seraphim Vermilion hasn't played as a team in a good while. They've been doing their own things for a bit, but they have returned today to try and redeem themselves, as in the very first Scuffed tournament that we ever ran, they lost in the grand finals to a Chikara team on IME's app. So looking for a little bit of redemption this game, looking for a little bit of redemption tonight. I'm excited to see it, as we're going to be jumping into this real shortly.
It's going to be a goodie. I'm always excited for IME's app games. They always tend to be a bit bloodthirsty, but in the most bizarre ways. Obviously, there's the Rasmus pick, which is eagerly anticipated, as well as Juliet, very strong ones. But you can see some really bizarre things come out on IME's app. Asher and Dubu can make adequate midfielders, especially with certain starts. So I'm excited to see what we get picked here.
All right. And it looks like a Dubu ban is going to be coming out here for the side of Seraphim Vermilion. Rasmus ban for the side of Glazers. Makes sense. We are on the app.
Leaving Juliet open's a bit questionable to me. I'm excited to see it. Yeah, there it is. A Juliet pick right off the bat. We're going to see if Juliet's going to be able to apply as much pressure as she typically can on this map. Being able to choke off half the map just by standing menacingly, positioning well near the midfield, can do a lot, as well as the stuffing potential that Juliet is well known for.
Yeah, it looks like we got Cloak Oak on that Kazan, been bringing it out recently on that training arc. Take a look at these starting awakenings real quick. Built diff, fight or flight, and if you would give us the rundown on what everyone took real quick while I do a stream thing and move that.
You bet. It's looking like Psykeen and Cloak Oak taking the fight or flight, as well as the Era, Kyo. A very strong awakening, one paired with slip kicks, notably, giving a 47.5% increase, I believe. Very strong.
Yeah, and off to the races. Kyo finding a big KO here, only 30 seconds into the match. Psykeen is taken out of it now, as Glazers potentially looking to make a big power play, but Mexi able to hold it down with this strike shot. Kuroneko jumping up, bringing out the cat cannon, but it's not going to be enough power. Cloak Oak and Psykeen back online here, and Mexi has a core flip up in the pocket. Psykeen in this midfield looking to push it through Kyo, but passing play down to Catcher in. Mexi goes for the core flip to Catcher in with the strike. Will be able to secure the barrier, and a whiff strike shot from Mexi. Oh no! Chikara Glazers will take the first point in this game.
It's always rough watching the missed strike shot. We've all been there before. It's one of the trade-offs to having such a powerful awakening is the possibility of missing your strike and looking like an absolute goon.
I mean, yeah, speaking of which, Chikara Glazers going hard out here. Let me fix that real quick. There we go. But the barrier is open now for Vermilion. Core flip coming out from Catcherin. Two core flips still up over on the side for Glazers, though, as Kyo pushing this corner. The cage comes out on the defense. Mexi with the elusive will be able to get it out for now, but Catcherin going for a dash punch. Does not bring down the barrier. The core flip from Neko does not bring it down either, but the strike off the rebound will, and Psykeen with the big KO on to the Juliet here. Looking Cloak Oak in this top corner. Potentially get a point here for having to jump up, trying to get it out of there, but Psykeen with the strike forward is going to be able to sink it in, as Vermilion will be able to fire right back.
The power plays are just absolutely massive on this map. When you're in that 2v1 situation, the barrier is just so wide. then it can lead to really easily taking it as well as very easy goals because Mexi was just able to walk up to midfield there and keep it up, feed the core to Psyche, who's able to feed it back to Cloco.
Yeah, and now with Cloco in this bottom corner, winning a strike war against Carino Neko. Just bringing on the barrier, and almost as a core flip up as well, dribbling in this top corner, but it won't even need it as Psyche's shotgun will be enough to bring Vermilion to set point here. As they are looking pretty solid in this first round. Now Cloco with a core flip up. The barrier does go down. Cloco burnt the core flip here, gets it around the Juliet. Psyche pushing up into the midfield here. Mexi also trying to keep this Juliet away from this core, but it's in the bottom corner with a pass up to Kyo. Chikara Glazers will be firing right back, tying the game at set point, and this could be a pretty important set as there are some potentially pretty strong awakenings on the board here. Could get Monumentalist Era to go pretty insane. Extra Special, of course. Twin Drive. Extra Special on the Aimi. Twin Drive on that Kazan could be huge. But speaking of tornadoes, Cloco getting absolutely mauled by that NATO here. Going to be out of it for the next 6 seconds as Glazer's pushing this top corner. Mexi does have a core flip. Burns it right here. Stalls for a bit and sends it down to the bottom. Will buy enough time for Cloak to respawn and try and push back over, but with the Juliet dribbling up the field, brings out the flurries, but it's not quite enough. Neko having to jump up and bring out the core flip to apply the pressure, but Mexi is able to hold it down. Now Psyche and Cloco in this midfield here, but Kuro Neko with the Cyber Strike able to get it over to the top of Cloco, which is some great core control, is able to bring it around the barrier, and with the hook, secure the point as well as Seraphim Vermilion take set one.
We're just going to have to see how this draft pans out here. Like you were saying, there's some really key awakenings. Hoping to see Knife's Edge, which not this draft, thankfully, but Missile Prop on the table, Chrono Boost with the Era. There's still some very strong awakenings that can be taken right here and right now.
Yeah, and Spec Training is on the board. It can certainly go, if it makes it all the way down to Cloak, that would be kind of insane. Okay, looks like they will in fact deny it. Demo going over the Era, Spec Training on the Juliet. Cloak opting for the Chrono Boost. We'll get some longer range, but the Timeless Creator on Carino Neko is pretty strong on that Aimi, and of course the Missile Prop on Psyche Jakar is going to be putting in a fair bit of work here, as already looks like Vermilion in control of this core, pushing this top corner, and there's that Missile Prop coming into play to bring down that barrier. And still applying that offense, Mexi with the strike shot to keep it going. Catcherin looking for that dash punch kill onto Psyche, but couldn't quite find it, and now pushing this bottom corner, ends up sending it around the back with the flurries. A bit unfortunate angle there for Chikara Glazers, but this will mean that Vermilion's barrier is up, and of course the caster curse as it ricochets off the NATO and actually brings the barrier down here, but Catcherin, yeah, my bad. Catcherin finding the KO onto Psyche after a prolonged battle here is going to allow Neko to Cyber Swipes up, drop the turret. Mexi goes for the core flip, but Neko with the glitch pop is able to save it for now. Catcherin does have a core flip up though, but burns it on the air. Oh, that's rough, as now it's Psyche's turn to push up into this top corner, bringing out the shotgun, passing down to Cloak Oaken with a hook. Will be able to secure it as Vermilion still holding down their dominance in this game.
Kazan pretty famous for his ability to KO. I'm always impressed by his ability to core control. Poco having really well-placed hooks here, able to drag the core into the only area that Carino Neko was not able to cover with the dash.
Yeah, absolutely. Carino Neko does have a core flip up, and should they choose to use those cyber swipes offensively, it could go pretty well. Like right here, going up into the midfield, immediately burnt the core flip, but Psyche is right there to shut it down, and a tornado from Kyo will totally turn that offense from Vermilion off, as now it's Catcherin pushing that bottom side of the barrier, will be able to secure it, and with a little bit more pressure, find the point as well. Chikara Glazers still in this, just firing right back and forth this whole game, really, but it is 2 core flips up for Seraphim Vermilion, Mexi and Cloak, both with flips up and not a lot of energy on the side of Glazers. So this could be a good spot here for Vermilion to try and take a lead. Psyche pushing into this bottom, passing up to Cloak though. We'll find the top of the barrier. Core flip coming out from Cloak with a turret from Carino Neko. I'm sorry, I can never say that. Will be able to defend and get the KO onto Psyche. The back pass there, back to Carino Neko, just trying to get it to the forwards, but Cloak with the hook is able to retain such good core control, keeping this bottom side. Kacherin will be able to get a hold of it, though, as Sykeem will respawn. The cage coming out from Mexi on this bottom side to keep the defense up. The barrier will still be standing as Kyo trying to push this top corner once again, but Sykeem able to bring it down to the bottom. Kacherin, though, with the dribble off the hole, forces out a core flip from Mexi, sends it all the way back over, and now a pass from Cloak Oak down to Sykeem, forces out the cat cannon, and with a glitch pop into Cloak Oak, Vermilion will be able to bring it to set points.
Absolutely wonderful stuff. The game truly is bloodthirsty here. We're seeing KOs coming out from everyone. But once again, just absolutely impressed with the core control capabilities of both teams here, despite being down a person, despite having striker disadvantage. These teams are able to buy enough time for their thirds to reappear.
Yeah, oh, but a massive KO onto Mexi! It's just Cloak and Sykeem having to defend here against Kyo and Kacherin, and with Kuro, you know, the cat, jumping up with a core flip. It's just going to be a little bit too much here, as Chikara Glazers will fire right back once again and tie it up on set point. This game is just so back and forth.
That being said, Glazers has energy advantage here. Kacher and Kyo both so close to flip here. Could be determinative in getting the set.
Actually holding it down with the cage, even in the face of the cat cannon here, able to get it out and play a solid defense. Is now back in the hands of Sykeem into this bottom corner. Not quite able to secure a barrier. Neko having to cyber swipes up and spend the eject button just to clear it out for now. But still keeping it out of the hands of Cloak Oak for now, trying to get it back up to their Juliet where they can do some damage, but taking so much damage. Cloak Oak, and looking for a kill with the Kazan special, will be able to find it onto Kacherin here, as now it's Sykeem and Cloak Oak pushing this bottom corner. Neko with the cannon, though, once again on the defensive side. 3 more seconds until their forward is alive for Chikara Glazers, and there we go, back online. Neko pushing up with the core flip, blocked by Mexi, though, but Kyo has a core flip in the pocket here as well. Glazers still have a shot here, but Cloak Oak in this top corner immediately burns core flip, finds the barrier right in the center. Mexi looking to send it back up, but a core flip from Kyo will get Vermilion barrier in turn as Cloak dashing up, trying to keep the core on this side, but Kyo passes down into the bottom corner. Dribble from the Julie, into the flurries, into the dash force. Mexi able to save it, but Neko cyber swipes up and finds the point into the top side. Glazers fire back with a set of their own.
Absolutely wonderful stuff coming out here. We're seeing the classic back and forth that we tend to see when it comes to the Seraphim versus Chikara matches. Always a wonder to see them on stream. That being said, a very interesting draft. Heavy impact, notably here, being taken by Mako.
Pretty solid awakening on Mako. Get a lot of use out of it, but looks like team player. I was about to say, could go unpicked, but Sykeem will in fact pick it up. Stagger swagger there for Cloak. Decent deny, get a little bit more speed. Extra special on Kyo, though, is going to be pretty solid. Those tornadoes have been putting in solid work. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it in terms of like notable things, but both teams on very even playing field. We'll just have to see how they utilize these new awakenings here in this next set.
Yeah, we're going to see some back and forth going on here. Vermilion unable to get it out of their half. A tap coming out from Glazers into a dash punch. Able to just snag the core and push it through everyone. Well played by Kacherin.
Yeah, now with a little bit of momentum here, Neko has a fair bit of energy in the pool as well to potentially do something later. Cyber swiping up here, dropping the cat cannon in the midfield. Not going to be too effective, but Kacherin will get a hold and try and push this top corner, but Cloak Oak with the strike force in the midfield will be able to turn it around, trying to pass it down to Sykeem, but Kyo cutting this pass here is making it kind of difficult for them to get anything too big going on, but they're still in control. Forces Neko's core flip out, getting it back up to Kacherin, who with the flurries will be able to bring down the barrier. Does waste the flip on air, though, but now back in the hands of Cloak Oak and Sykeem, but Neko cyber swiping up to cut off Mexi's pass, trying to get it back down to the Julie, goes for the dash, but Mexi able to clear it out with that Mako secondary. Neko bringing out the turret in that midfield once again, as Glazers looking to push this hard, and with another great pass from Kacherin up to Kyo into that top corner. That passing play that they do has just been so lethal against Vermilion this game. This is, I think, like the third time that they've scored with that.
They're always just a hair off of being able to intercept it, but that's what Kyo and Kacherin are depending on. Just able to get that one pass just absolutely crucial to the game plan here. That being said, Cloak and Psykeen take a quick barrier. Katra not taking it, knocks out Psykeen. Mexi forced to burn a flip here with an excellent poke coming up from Cloak to score the goal in a cheeky corner hit.
That was a great pass from Mexi. Core flip pass right to Cloak to sink it right in. Vermilion gonna need 2 more of those to stop Blazers from taking the set. And like we were saying earlier, there's been some good picks up so far, but oh, big KO. The Juliet is down here, but Kyo is able to secure the barrier regardless. And with some cyber stripes here from Neko, looks like they can stall this out just a little bit longer. 3 more seconds till their forwards up. Looks like Psykeen trying to get this barrier. Glitch Pop able to clear it back out, but now with Katrin back alive, it's going to be a little bit more difficult here. Neko able to clear it out of that Kazan primary with Psykeen passing it right back up to Cloak, and with the special, will be able to secure that barrier. And now Mexi getting it down onto this bottom side. Cloak does have core flip, running up into the bottom corner. The cat cannon comes out, but it's not enough. A great shot from Cloak right into that bottom pocket will bring Vermilion to set point as well.
It's always neck here. We're gonna have some very strong away from here. If it's gonna be any form of sweep, I don't think it will. Something tells me it's gonna be a set 5, game 5. That being said, a quick goal, cheeky barrier touch into a quick poke from Cloak secures the set.
Yeah, Cloak will be getting the MVP here. Egoist is on the board, so is 1-2 punch and rapid fire. A lot of good stuff here. Looks like he will be going for the rapid fire, though. Actually, no, opts for the 1-2 punch at the last second instead. The rapid fire will go over to Neko. I'm hearing that our audio is like cutting out. It might be. Hang on. Is it better now? I think my my internet may have stuttered just a bit. Sorry about that, but maybe in a weird connection.
That's why this is non-honorary.
Yeah,
This is honorary Sarah Scuffed.
I normally don't stream because normally I can get some like bad connection stuff if I do that. Too much bandwidth getting sucked up. But yeah, apologies. Yeah, anyway, Psykeen went for that prime time. Catcher-in though with the prize fighter could be potentially good, but it is a bit of a risky play here. Kyo did pick up that Monumentalist that we mentioned earlier, so the Storms, especially on this map, can be taking up a lot of space and can be pretty dangerous here. And with a barrier down for Vermilion, actually Catcher-in just going to win a strike war against Mexi to find the point. Blazers look to be in a pretty good spot right now.
That's right. The Vermilion is still a set up. Blazers are going to have to pull something out here to equalize it. That being said, they have shown themselves to be strong contenders.
Yeah, and now Mexi will be earning that core flip, and the Egoist proc coming off here. Could be a pretty big power play for Vermilion, pushing this bottom corner, able to get it past his cat cannon, bring down that barrier. The Monu Storm comes out, but Catcher-in can't get it past his midfield with Mexi pushed so far up. Goes for the KO on Psykeen, but doesn't quite have the power yet. And a beautiful pass from Psykeen to Cloak to red core it right past the goalie for the point. Vermilion firing right back. I can never say Coreno Neko's name without like actually reading it, and they're moving around so much it makes it hard to say it. Oh, a great save though. Perfect core flip from the aforementioned Coreno Neko to save that one and get it back up to the forward. The Storm going to come out by a little bit more time. Core flip comes out from the Juliet, but it's not going to be enough. But the cat cannon, however, will be to force it right through his Glazers, bringing it to set point. And Kyo still has a core flip up though. Pretty solid spot if you are Glazers. Energy is coming up for the side of Vermilion though. Cloco and Mexi going to have their core flips here, so they could have a shot to bring this back. And with the way this game has been going, oh, an unfortunate clear there. Mexi couldn't quite get the angle that he wanted. Tough situation with that Storm coming in. But now Kyo versus Psykeen in the midfield. Little help from the Glitch Pop. Will be able to send it through up to Catcher-in, but Mexi able to clear it back down. And now with Neko up in his midfield. Catcher-in is staggered though, and Gloko with the hook will find the KO. Kyo dribbling in the midfield, but Gloko with the core flip to send it in the corner. But core flip comes out from Kyo. It is blocked by the forwards of Vermilion with a shotgun. Psykeen will bring down that barrier as Mexi sending the core back up, trying to look for this point. trying to bring this back and not let Glazers have this set into the bottom corner. Cloco with the special, doesn't get the angle. It's back to Kyo, dribbling down the field. Neko, cyber swiping up, but Katrin does not have cooldowns to shove it in, and now it's Cloco in the bottom corner with the dribbles. Looking for a shot here, but just can't quite find it. Neko is in too many places at once, and with cyber swiping up now, burning the core flip in the top side, getting it into the Julie Ultra Mexi with the core flip, able to save it, get it down to Psykeen, and Neko breaks out the cannon to try and shut this off. The defense is solid, but is it enough? Psykeen is still in control of this core, trying to send it over. Glitch pop from Neko, send it back to Mexi, who gets it back up to the forwards here. The core is moving so fast in this overtime now. Psykeen with the dribble brings it down to Cloak's hook range to find the shot as Vermilion bring it back to set point. Match point, actually.
That's right. That being said, I think Yo, Neko, and Kadri can be able to pull something out here and pull it back just one more set. They've got absolutely dominance with the offense here. That being said, poor Coucher is getting knocked out here. The lethality of Imizak rearing its head. But Kurt, Neko, and Kyo able to hold it down. Casting Curse taking effect. Burial goes.
Right, now with Vermilion on this offense, Mexi has the Egoist proc, bringing out the Mako primary to keep it in this pocket. But Katrin able to get it past. Mexi has to burn the core flip to stay alive. And with the Storm coming out, it takes out Psykeen, the Monumentalist Storm. Kyo going for the core flip, but it is blocked. And now the tables have turned as Glazers are the ones with the 3v2. And with a dash punch from Katrin will bring down the barrier. And Neko cyber swiping up will be enough here to apply the pressure and take the set. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to a set 5 already. Seraphim v Chikara. And with Kureno Neko on the MVP, what else would show up but Knife's Edge and Twin Drive? Immediately.
You can only take one.
Yeah, immediately Knife's Edge.
The quick strike pickup on Mexi Casual, I feel, is going to be strong. We've seen some very well-placed strikes from Mexi, able to hold down the barrier with the seemingly infinite hitboxes he's able to pump out with Mako.
And going into the set 5 now. Kyo wait for the Twin Drive. Good deny on to Cloco here, but Mexi does have the energy machine now, and Mako can generate a pretty good amount of energy as well here with that special. So Cloco will bring down the barrier with that Kazan open primary and just able to just walk it right in. That has that strike war advantage, just says, yeah, I'll just walk it in, you have to hit it. 3-second strike there, strike war win there from Cloak. So Vermilion will be taking the first point in set 5, but I imagine Glazers is going to be right on their tail here in this round if I had to guess.
Ooh, an unfortunate primary from Mexi Casual, just barely whiffs the core, plus an excellently placed shrink from Kyo makes Mexi Casual unable to defend that goal.
Yeah, I mean, it's been back and forth this entire time. Every time Vermilion scores, Glazers has to score as well. It's been certainly a match, but Neko cyber swiping up, drops the cat cannon, brings down the barrier, and a quick little strike war up there from Kyo into that bottom pocket. A 7-second goal coming out from Glazers all of the sudden to put them on match point. Vermilion, they were in a very strong position last set, and Glazers got this big momentum, and core flip coming out from Neko in the midfield. It is blocked by Psykeen as Cloco looking to push this top corner. Will be successful in bringing down the barrier, even gets the Storm out of Kyo here. But Cloco with a primary will take out Neko. It is just the forwards for Chikara. Glazers, Psykeen passing it into this corner. It'll be enough, the shotgun, to just stuff it through. Yeah, what's a Juliet and an Era to do against a Kazan and Drakkar kind of pressure like that? Vermilion firing right back, as now it is set 5, 2-2, anyone's game.
Set 5, goal 5 is a Seraphim versus Chikara classic. You'll love to see it. The competition between these two organizations have always been up to snuff here. Cloco able to quickly take the barrier. Psyche and Cloco positioning, but Neko able to just barely take it past. Dashboard's coming up from Katrin.
Cloco with the dribble though. Core flip coming out from Katrin. Will get the barrier, but Cloco has a core flip up of his own. Gonna burn it here. Get it through Kyo. Can't get it through Neko though. Gotta wait for Psykeen to respawn in just a few seconds here. But Neko and Kyo able to keep it out of Cloco's hands for now. But a strike core by Cloak right through Kyo. The Kazan poke mode. Seraphim Vermilion will take it and move on in the winners. Chikara Glazers gonna be forced to make that losers bracket run. What a game that was for game 1, and hey, I think that more than makes up for our scuffed start.
You can't ask for anything more than a game 5 set 5, or a goal 5 set 5 rather, and it's like that age-old saying says, Kazan has 2 forms. And the thing that is absolutely wild is his extra hitbox, able to poke out and win a lot of strike wars just through the power of having that extra width to it, or extra length to it. We saw Cloco really able to use the added, or rather the altered hitbox of it.
All right. We don't have replays. Let me cut real quick. Okay. We're back on the casting screen. Hi, guys. We're back. Yeah, we don't have replays today. I did not have time to set that up. So no replays, but we will be jumping into our next game relatively shortly here. We're going to be following Seraphim Vermilion, actually, over to the winners semis, where we will be seeing, they will be facing the Art Corner crew. Just came off of their win against E-Daters. So, Art Corner crew, that's Z Yoshi Yoshi, Love and Drunk, and everyone's favorite Ratman Rob. Now in the winner semis, going to be facing off our boys in red. So that's going to be pretty epic, I imagine. And I do have to make a new lobby real quick. So if you would yap for a minute, Iggy, that would be wonderful.
You bet. I'm pretty actually eagerly anticipating this next match. Art Corner crew really full of some fan favorite faces. You get Z Yoshi Yoshi, Love and Drunk, Ratman Rob, all really well loved members of the community, coming off against one of Seraphim's most contested teams, Vermilion. Very strong showing with very great synergy. You love to see that.
Yeah, that was definitely a great game. Both teams played their hearts out. Very entertaining match, but we love to see the Vermilion Redemption arc. They went undefeated in the ladder, and they will stay undefeated in the bracket, at least so far. But we'll have to see what the Art Corner crew has to say about that. Z Yoshi Yoshi, Love and Drunk, and Ratman Rob versus Seraphim's own. And what I imagine is also going to be a very pretty stellar game. But just from even just looking at the teams, I mean, if you don't know pretty much everyone over on Art Corner crew, you're kind of living under a rock at this point. So definitely gonna see some celebrity appearance, I suppose. But while the players are getting ready, and we do map bans, and we have to do some administrative things for a moment because we're also like TOing this thing. We're just gonna cut to a BRB screen real quick, and we'll be right back in a short moment. All right, we're back. Hello, everybody. Okay, we're back. We are going to jump into winners semifinals here. Art Corner Crew versus Seraphim Vermilion. That's Ratman Rob, Love and Drunk, Z Yoshi Yoshi versus Mexi Casual, Psykeen, and Cloak the Goat Oak. They have selected their map. It will, in fact, be Atlas Labs, going back to the labs once again. Not for us, but for them, maybe. So, should be a very solid game. All these players here, pretty solid players, really cool players. So, I am certainly excited for this one.
I gotta say, I'm right there with you. Regardless who wins, I'm gonna be jazzed. Love me some Ratman Rob content. Love me some Team Vermilion. Just absolutely great teams on both sides here.
Oh, whoops. Ha. Hang on.
That's the sound of our dear Lego Mage 15 forgetting to give the rune ownership to someone else to set server and map.
Ha. I'm doing like 4 things right now. I'm sorry.
We cannot stress how scuffed this is right now. We are really taping it together.
Yeah, we don't have a producer tonight. It's literally just me running the show.
Lego's running the show. I'm running the TO.
And I'm running the show. That's it.
Holy, we've put out some emergency calls for casters in case, but like,
if anyone watching this is a caster that wants to cast, pull up, I guess. I don't know. We'll take it. We don't care.
Ping me, DM me. We'll take you. Just
no. We were not
even good.
Yeah, we were not planning on streaming this tournament because we didn't have a producer. But I don't know. There was just too many. There was too many good teams. Like it was just such a shame. We had such a great turnout this week. That is like we had to stream it.
We had to. We set this up 20 minutes before bracket went live. It was pretty cool.
It was in fact pretty cool, but speaking of which, I also need to edit something real quick. My bad.
Zentaro Kazan ban. Looks like we are not in favor of KO comps right now. That being said, there's still a few brawlers available at labs. Another deadly map with a hazard in the middle. Kind of a trend seems to be Vermilion's forming here. Hazardous holes in the middle of their maps.
Yeah, Vermilion going for that danger zone gameplay, but with Psykeen on now, it shouldn't be too bad for them. Cloak Oak hovering that Aimee pick as we see the X and Drek coming out from the Art Corner crew, whose name's a little bit too big for their box, but it's okay. I'm going to fix it real quick, just because I saw that. Boop. Is that good?
Loco going on to Asher. Very interesting choice here. However, the lack of mobility should be made up for with the ability to play around the center orb and the damage output.
Yeah, and we have a extra special Chrono Boost start extra special on everyone except for Psykeen and Z Yoshi Yoshi, who opted for that Chrono Boost X, and of course Chrono Boost now. But this is Ratman Rob on that Strike Shot Drakkar. Not something we see too much of anymore, so definitely interested to see in how this turns out and if he can hold his own against Loco on the big woman. But one barrier to one barrier here, but Z Yoshi Yoshi immediately firing back, opening up Vermilion's goal box. Special coming out from Ratman Robbie, getting back up into this corner. Big damage coming out from the side of Art Corner crew, but no goals scored just yet. Psykeen and Cloak Oak now the ones pushing this bottom corner will secure that barrier. And with Love and Drunk staggered, going to have a difficult time actually doing too much on this defense as Vermilion just able to knock him around and finds a KO. But the rebound off the corner, Z Yoshi Yoshi will find the bull rush as Art Corner crew will be the first ones to score today.
And that's just it. This map, even though it's less of a obvious hazard, the extra damage coming out from the black hole is going to be able to allow these KOs to happen. But once you start focusing on these KOs, you're losing a lot of core control.
And now Floco, the one with the core flip almost up here. Goes for the primary, but Ratman Rob able to save it with the shotgun, but a lot of energy on the side of Vermilion here. Floco goes for the core flip. Ratman Rob immediately responding with the core flip of his own, send it all the way back over the field up to Yoshi in this top corner. Love and Drunk brings out the cannon, but Mexi's core flip will save the barrier for now. Yoshi popping the X Maximus. Can't get too much off of it though, but still in the favor of our corner crew here as Love and Drunk keeping it in this midfield. Floco coming back to try and get this out as Yoshi is staggered right now, just trying to survive in the goal box, but Floco will find the KO here, and now pushing the top corner of Vermilion, bringing out the pass splitter. Sykeem going for the strike force. Ratman Rob trying to save it on the goal line, but it's not going to be enough with an Asher walking up like that. Vermilion will fire right back.
Still a very impressive dribble from Ratman Rob. Sadly, it just wasn't enough to save it there.
Oh, looks like Yoshi
it
might have
appears
DC'd.
we may have a DC from Yoshi. So we're just going to take this time to chill out, have a moment. Yep.
Yeah, we will in fact have a moment, I think.
And we're back just like that? Just like that, we're back.
Well, that was easy.
World's quickest DC speed run.
Quickest moment, for real. Yeah, and we're already off to it with our corner crew making a big push for the barrier. We'll secure one and trying to keep this momentum going. The cage will come out from Mexi and Yoshi put in jail there. But Love and Drunk able to get the core right back up and secure this barrier. Love and Drunk goes for the core flip. Doesn't quite land it, but it doesn't matter. They still have an advantage. Vermilion will get a barrier here of their own, trying to go for this bottom one, but Love and Drunk in this midfield being kind of a menace on this and just feeding the core up to Yoshi with the X Maximus, able to punch it right through Mexi here as our corner crew bringing it to set point.
Sykeem pops the hold right off the rim. Gets a bumper for free, but Yoshi gets core control, unable to hold on to it, however. And a flip comes out from Sykeem, but right into the Aimi turret. Locks are traded here, both coming out from Yoshi, as well as Mexi's flip getting popped. This is an unfortunate situation for Vermilion to be in right now.
Yeah, not very favorable here. Yoshi does have a core flip coming up here, but so does Cloco. But with the core in this position, our corner crew definitely in a better spot. Yoshi, though, unfortunately, is going to miss the core flip, but Cloco also not getting too much out of that energy burst there. But Lovendruck now pushing this top corner. Mexi will be able to defend it through this cat cannon, but Vermilion need to find a way to recover this offense and get something going once again. Pass splitter coming out from Cloco, trying to keep Lovendruck out of the play, but a close one from Ratman Rob will save the barrier for now. Cloco will find the KO here, though. But Ratman Rob still making some great saves in this goal box to keep that barrier standing. 5 more seconds till Love and Drunk is back. Vermilion just desperately want to get the barrier while they have the chance. We're pushing up with the primary, but Ratman Rob with the shotgun is still able to save it even through all of that. Looks like Vermilion will have another chance here, going for the dribble, but Ratman Rob winning another strike war here. Love and Drunk takes a lot more damage. It goes for the back pass to try and buy a bit of time. We'll get the regen off here. Ratman Rob passing it all the way back down. Vermilion desperately trying to chase the core back, but can't get a hold of it as it just floats right in. And Art Corner Crew take set 1.
The Art Corner Crew really have a strong showing this set, and they're going to be well rewarded with this draft. That being said, Vermilion's going to get 2 early picks, which could hopefully knock out some of the contention here. Team player and Rapid Fire getting knocked out of the draft. Really huge for Vermilion here. That being said, Yoshi getting the Egoist is going to be massive. All it takes is a quick strike later, and Yoshi is going to be a true menace. Those 2 Awakenings combined are absolutely disgusting. Not to mention, quick strike already super synergistic with X.
Yeah, for sure. Pretty solid draft here from kind of everyone. Everyone kind of getting what they want, it looks like, for the most part. The team player will be decent on Sykeem, but Mexi, they go for the 1-2 punch, so that could be solid. The heavy impact on Ratman Rob, very good on Drakkar here, but our corner crew do have an open goal in their favor. As Mexi goes for the core flip, stalls it out as Yoshi almost wins that strike core. Very dangerous, but it did end up working out as Vermilion will keep the point out for a bit longer here, but the pressure from Art Corner Crew, look at this. Vermilion just can't get anything going on offense. A pass splitter from Cloakoak will be enough to secure one barrier, but a whiffed core flip from Psykeen is not going to be great enough. Backwards now, Primary. Oh no, it's going to help out Yoshi. He went for the hit stun, but it got activated. It went too far, it looks like, and yeah, it ended up kind of backfiring there for Vermilion. Unfortunate.
It's just absurd the amount of pressure that the Art Corner Crew were able to pump out here. One barrier gone. Flip wasted from Yoshi here, however. Cloak about to get theirs. Love and Drunk about to get theirs as well. It's going to come down to the wire here on who's going to get the barrier. Z Yoshi getting knocked out. Ratman Rob's trying to buy time. Pass it to Cloak. And a barrier is traded.
Yeah, Love and Drunk does have a core flip up now. So does Ratman Rob here. Pretty solid energy advantage. 2 flips to 1 for the side of Art Corner Crew. And immediately a flip comes out from Love and Drunk. We'll get the barrier and Mexi's flip here as well. Ratman Rob still holding on to that defensive flip as Cloakoak pushing this top corner. But Love and Drunk and Ratman Rob able to clear it out, send it around this bottom side. Mexi with the strike shot, sending it right back into the pocket though. But Vermilion having a little bit of trouble keeping control of this core. Ratman Rob just sending it everywhere it needs to go, really. Getting it through Psykeen here. Dribble from Yoshi. Goes for the bull rush. Doesn't quite get it. Will allow Mexi to push up to this midfield. And a great pass to Cloak to bring down that barrier. Now Psykeen in the midfield gets hit with the glitch pop as Yoshi in control, dribbling, looking for a shot, but Mexi able to get it out of there. Psykeen going for the secondary, but it's a little bit too early, and now it's back in a bit of a dangerous spot here. Love and Drunk brings out the cat cannon in the midfield, feeding it up to Yoshi, coming in with the cyber strikes, but they can't find the point. Cloak dashing up, can't reach the core though. It's a little too far. Psykeen passing up, Cloak passing right back though. A little bit of black hole play going on as Psykeen pops the hole and immediately core flips and sends it right into the top. What a play from Vermilion!
Absolutely fantastic, creating just enough opening to be able to get that through there. Wonderful stuff we're seeing from Psykeen here. Hopefully Vermilion's going to be able to take this set and trade it even. There goes one bumper, having to flip so that the other one doesn't get accidentally tapped here. Vermilion trying to force it through. Yoshi gets control. Mexi flips it out, has to. Yoshi looking very low here. Uses evade, but narrowly misses the core. And there goes Yoshi blasting off again with a wonderful Molten Breath coming out from Ratman Rob, sniping it into the goal.
Yeah, Art Corner Crew looking very strong and now on set point. Looking to keep this momentum going here. Love and Drunk immediately winning a barrier off of kickoff, but Vermilion will fire right back. Love and Drunk going for the core flip though, sends it down in the bottom. Will be blocked here from Mexi, and Love and Drunk put in jail for it and stuck out of the play as Cloakoak looks to make this push, but Ratman Rob able to get it out of there. Love and Drunk popping this black hole, freeing up a little space. Goes for the pass to Yoshi. Is cut by Mexi's core flip. Isn't going to be able to get too much off of his Ratman Rob, just sending it right back up into that corner, and Yoshi with the X Maximus will be able to bring down that barrier. Now Love and Drunk cyber strike down, brings out the cat cannon, but Mexi and Psykeen will hold. Core flip from Cloakoak sends it to the top, will bring down the second barrier. Psykeen's almost dead though. It's a dangerous spot, has to barely avoid the black hole. Mexi goes for the back dribble just to try and find a little bit of a better situation here, but needs to get it past Yoshi and Love and Drunk. The glitch pop comes out and it gets past Mexi. Art Corner Crew will take set 2.
Ratman really robbing them there with the absolutely impressive Molten Breath play earlier. Truly stunning stuff. We're going to see Spec training and Quick Strikes here. Quick Strikes cannot make it to Yoshi. That being said, it is a highly contested awakening with just how generally good it is, so hopefully somebody here is going to take it away from him.
Yeah, and while I mess with some settings here, looks like
Psykeen does secure the Quick Strikes. Yep. Forcing Yoshi to go Demolitionist. Still, another good awakening. The nerfs have hit it, but that extra 3 seconds, 6 if you tap both immediately, truly game-changing stuff.
Yeah, and now Ratman Rob getting it up here to Yoshi. Need to utilize some of this newfound strength, possibly, but that Mexi's build right now is pretty dangerous. Yu Yoshi just basically having to stand still in that cage, not willing to get touched by one of those walls, as it could mean instant death. But Cloakoak will find the kill regardless, but the barrier will fall for it, as it's just Ratman, Robin, Love, and Drunk looking to make a play here. The big cannon will come out, but Mexi trying to pass it back up to Psykeen. Ratman, Rob, right where it needs to be, though. Utilizing those projectiles, utilizing that strike shot to keep it out of the hands, and Cloakoak finding another KO here, this time onto Love and Drunk, trying to allow Psykeen to bring down this barrier, but Ratman Rob holds, now brings out a core flip, sends it right through. It will finally go down. Psykeen goes for a core flip and ricochet off the goal gate right to Cloakoak for the point. As Vermilion will fire back, but they're going to need to reverse sweep this entire game, basically.
What a wonderful flip from Psykeen, honestly. The flip ricocheting off the back, landing right into Cloakoak's hands for the redirect. Truly wonderful stuff that you love to see here.
Yeah, and Cloakoak and Mexi do have core flips up here. Little dribble there from Psykeen. Send it into the top side. Core flip burnt, though, from Cloakoak, and Love and Drunk is staggered here. Vermilion possibly looking for a KO. Mexi having to burn the flip to save that final barrier. It's way too important to let Art Corner Crew get too many points here, obviously. The Yoshi is hurt, but so is Cloak, and Yoshi will find the kill onto Cloak with that bull rush, as they're now looking to push this barrier. They will secure it off of that cyber swipe. It's just Psykeen and Mexi trying to hold it down. They still have two barriers as well and an open goal. It's a very not great situation if you're Vermilion right now. As Love and Drunk pushing this bottom corner hard, will find it with the dribble, gets it right past the defense. As Art Corner Crew still firing on all cylinders, just looking to take this game as quickly as possible.
That's right. They're going to have to really pull something out here for Vermilion to take this back. It is not a good scene. That being said, a wonderful core flip gets both bumpers immediately. This is the opening they've been waiting for. Hopefully they're able to convert off of this, take a goal, and take the set.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, but a strike war there from Cloakoak will be enough. And Vermilion will have some energy, but so does Art Corner Crew. This last point, so incredibly crucial. Vermilion, I think they need to get this one to win. And I think if Art Corner Crew scores here, they might just end up taking the set, as Vermilion will probably spend too many resources trying to defend. That being said, both barriers going down. A core flip from Yoshi gets a big double kill, but not the point, as Mexi's core flip's going to have to come out to keep it safe. And there's the ace. Yoshi with the bell ringer. We'll just throw it right in. Brings it to match point. Vermilion, they are desperately trying to claw this one back, but there's the energy discrepancy now. Art Corner Crew has 3 flips versus 0. This could just be it unless they get a miracle of some kind.
And a miracle is all they need here. That being said, it is hugely demoralizing getting that ace like that. And just like that, Yoshi kicking it in, saying X is a KO character, I don't care, showing mastery of the core control.
Yeah, very quick goal there for Art Corner Crew, as a very decisive victory. They will be sending Seraphim Vermilion to the losers brackets. Take a look at these stats real quick.
Oh my. More KOs came out on the side of Vermilion, but they just weren't able to convert as much. Ratman Rob really able to hold down the goals, while Love and Drunk or Yoshi were out of the play. Truly amazing stuff we saw coming out from the Western team. Is that saying something about which coast is better? I don't know. I'm not the one to say. All I'm saying, the Western team won.
It is true. They did, in fact, win. Vermilion will have a chance, though, to bring it back in the losers bracket. Looks like they go to... Yeah, they'll be going to the losers quarterfinals here, fighting either Bring Back Stinger or Brain Differential once their game finishes. And I'm just looking at this bracket real quick. So Art Corner Crew will, in fact, be moving on to the winners finals, where they'll be either fighting... looks like, yeah, Goodnight Gamers or Seraphim Crimson. And I will change it real quick. Back to us.
Notably, this is a run back. The Goodnight Gamers versus Seraphim Crimson did happen in Swiss. And that was a Goodnight Gamers victory. But it was a very close game. So here's to hoping that we're going to see another close game come out of them. Seraphim Crimson might be able to pull something out. But Goodnight Gamers, consisting of Brickbat, King Clams Mod, and Nikki Minilin, unsure of how that might go in their favor.
Yeah, Goodnight Gamers was definitely one of the higher contenders here. They did a perfect run in Swiss. Obviously, they won their quarters-finals game. And they're fighting Crimson right now, about 20 minutes or so into the game. So it might be just a bit before we get our winners finals match, as they are still, in fact, going. But we'll have to see. If Crimson puts up a stronger fight than Vermilion did here, it might be a minute. But otherwise, they should be getting out relatively soon. In the meantime, we'll just yap for a bit, I guess. But yeah, all in all, it's been a pretty exciting night so far, I think. And I think the best is yet to come.
It's definitely been a super exciting night. Especially during Swiss, we saw some very surprising statistics come out here. One of the ones I've been keeping an eye on is a Knowledge Gap team, who I believe went undefeated in Swiss.
I think so, yeah. They did. No, wait. Yes?
Hold on. Let me check the Swiss real
Check the
quick. Let me
Swiss.
check the results.
No, they lost
pull
one.
up
They
the
lost
standings.
one.
They lost
They
one?
lost one. Yeah, they lost one.
Okay.
They lost to Vermilion.
That being said, a Knowledge Gap team being able to put up these results already, that shows some very serious competition in the Knowledge Gap competitions. Those are definitely going to be matches to be watched.
Yeah, I mean, it's Mudflap, Dr. Bebop, and Arctic out here. So some pretty strong contention on that team, to be sure. I think Knowledge Gap might be underplaying it a little bit. Yeah, I think that they're definitely hitting at a higher weight class than what their rank would suggest. But definitely pretty solid contenders. They will have to make their losers bracket run here, as they're right now actually fighting Chikara Glazers in their losers round two match. So we'll have to see how that pans out. It looks like they just started that one here, but Bring Back Singer, Brain Differential, they are still going as well. And obviously Goodnight Gamers has not quite finished up. So while we're waiting on Goodnight Gamers versus Crimson to finish their match so we can do winners finals, we're going to be taking a short little break here. Stick around, though, because it will be Art Corner Crew versus either Gamers or Crimson in the winners finals up next. So stick around.
Escape my cry, left all my regret. I just wish to be stronger to give it all my best. What do I do to spread this burning courage? Every day, every night, I'm stuck inside of my head. I'm gonna stay grind today. Wanna be somebody leading the way. Don't be afraid, gotta be brave. No matter what's coming our way. Strike it down and hype up the crowd. We can bring the energy they've never seen before. There's no doubt we're going all out. It's time we can shine the light and dream inside. So don't back down, we have the power. I know nothing can stop us, we get it that way. I can't stop now, we'll take the knockout. My friend, just believe and keep on shouting till the end goes straight.
Okay, we're back. We have returned. Sorry, there was some technical, no, not really technical difficulties. Orc Corner didn't check in, and they got DQ'd, and we had to like reset the thing because of the goobers or something. I don't know.
Let's not entirely blame them. To be fair, there was
No, there was some other stuff that
there
happened.
was some start.gg strangeness, and I'm not
Yeah.
gonna throw anyone under the bus, but I assure you this time it was not my fault. That being said, we're back and we're live. I believe we're
Yes.
doing bans now. Let me check
Yeah,
up
we're
on the
doing map
progress
bans.
of that.
Map bans are in progress, I think, as far as I'm aware. I don't know. I can't see because
There,
I was
yeah.
not made a moderator on StartGG.
To be fair, we weren't expecting to stream today, so I don't blame them. That being said, map bans are just beginning. The coin flip has officially landed. It's gonna be Goodnight Gamers banning first. We can live cast the bans. How exciting is that?
That's absolutely my least favorite part. Every match. but
Truly-
yeah.
Truly riveting. Well, we could probably talk about it, you know?
It
and
could
I-
be, yeah.
I think there is something I want to talk about because we saw it come out from Yoshi and Love and Drunk and Ratman Rob. They seem to do really well on Atlas Labs. They had a lot of team synergy built there. And using the stage hazard within Atlas Labs, Yoshi was able to get kills without relying too much on Love and Drunk pumping out damage to secure it.
It's true.
So I think maybe we're going to be seeing a stage hazard map, something that leans more towards Yoshi's playstyle of being able to play for KOs more solo while Love and Drunk and Ratman Rob control the core.
Perhaps. It could also be a combination of Vermilion isn't very good on Atlas Labs. It's kind of one of their weaker maps. So that could also be a factor as well. But yeah, Ratman Rob and Love and Drunk had a very strong like defensive core control presence. Like Vermilion just had a very difficult time getting an offense actually going. They'd get it over there and they wouldn't be over there. They would just get it over there and then Art Corner Crew just gonna kick it right back. And then reset the offense essentially. So it's tough to tell off of just seeing one match, but considering how strongly they performed in that match, I think we're definitely in for a close one here. Goodnight Gamers have been kind of the team to beat all night. They've gone undefeated so far, 6-0 versus Art Corner Crew's 5-1. It's a tough one. It's definitely a tough one.
It is a tough one. Goodnight Gamers getting Clarion out of there immediately, and almost back-to-back Yoshi snapping back, and no Aimi, no Oni. Goodnight Gamers counteracting that, banning out Gates and Demon Days. So we're going to be seeing a night market, or am I seeing this right? Did Gates of Obscura? No, Gates did get banned out. And they're going to be going to night market. Notably, night market is another good X map. Truth be told, I'm not too familiar with what Yoshi plays, but seeing how well they played X last game, I would not be surprised if they're willing to bust it out again, lest it be banned.
So night market gaming, I wouldn't be surprised if we end up seeing that Era Mako X combo. That tends to be the kind of go-to here on this map. But, we haven't seen this one tonight. I've seen it plenty of other nights, to be sure. Very common map. So, it's a little bit hard to tell what's going to happen, obviously. We just don't know what they're going to, what's going to go down. But, I wouldn't be surprised if Ratman Rob went on the Drek again. We've been seeing, I've certainly been seeing a lot of Drakars on night market, usually forward ones, but it'd be interesting to see how that goes, though. I would imagine a Dubu pick is also potentially in the books as we jump into it. Boop. Oh, there we go.
There it is. Now this is looking a bit familiar for a night market composition, as we're seeing coming out from Goodnight Gamers.
Yeah, it is in fact the Mako Era Julie this time. Zen Band coming out as well. Era Band coming out from the other side. Art Corner Crew not having any of that. So we'll leave Kazan, though, it looks like, for Nikki Midland, potentially. And now for Brickbat, it's Ken Clam on the goalie. Mako versus a very quick Julie Drek pick from Art Corner Crew. So, yeah, it looks like Ratman Rob will be sticking with that Drek goalie tonight. Very spicy indeed. As... One second, gotta move the thing. Boop, okay. It is a peak performance all the way, all around, everyone taking peak performance tonight.
Ain't nobody knowing what that second awakening is.
We don't need to know. We don't need to know. I'm trying to fix that. Boop. Okay, that's better.
A quick barrier taken on the side of Art Corner Crew. Ratman Rob, however, able to hold down his second barrier just fine. That being said, Art Corner Crew going to be applying some pressure. The cat cannon coming out from Love and Drunk. Not quite able to do it. Some ping pong happening back and forth in the top there. His son's coming out.
With people hitting level 2 now, Z Yoshi still stuck at level 1. We should be seeing a little bit more happen. Our Corner Crew will fire back with one barrier, but Goodnight Gamers will be looking to push to bring off this second one pretty soon, as energy will be coming online for both Brickbat and Love and Drunk very shortly here. Nikki Midland going for the hook into strike, but Ratman Rob holding it down with that shotgun and using the invis as well to keep it out of the hands of Brickbat here. Ken Clem going to go for the dribble, trying to get out of here. Love and Drunk will get the barrier, but pays for it with his life, getting sent into the Mako prison. Core flips coming out. Ratman Rob having to clear it down into this bottom corner, but Nikki Midland firing back with a Kazan special to secure the barrier. And a strike board from Nikki Midland against the Yoshi will find the score into the top side, as Goodnight Gamers will be first on the board in overtime.
And that's just kind of it. These are two highly skilled teams. Brickbat's team performing a bit better in the bracket. That being said, the Art Corner Crew really put up a strong showing, so we're going to have to see this come out here. Such as seeing the flip come out from Yoshi, but Ken Clam able to just deflect it, keep it out of his goal. A core flip coming out of Nikki Midland, but not quite taking either of them. Somewhat of a stalemate here.
As Yoshi is looking pretty hurt right now, and Ken Clam possibly looking for that KO. Won't be able to land the primary. Yoshi healing up. Getting put in a cage, though, is Ratman Rob trying to get up to him, and a beautiful pass resulting in a double ding there from Art Corner Crew. Now Goodnight Gamers looking to get some barriers of their own, though. Get one here. Ken Clam does have energy up just in case of an emergency, as Nicky Midland pushing this bottom side. Not going to be able to grab it here, but Brickbat in this midfield trying to get it through Love and Drunk. Love and Drunk, though, more successful in the strikes, able to get it over to Yoshi. Will secure it with a dash. Art Corner Crew, of course, firing right back.
Yeah, a really good dash punch out from Yoshi. We're going to have to find those opportunities where they take them for Art Corner Crew to be able to take this. That being said, a very quick top, 2 quick taps on the side of Art Corner is going to be knocking down Goodnight Gamers with tag here, playing them on the back row seat.
Yeah, but Nicky Midland, great barrier takedowns. Gets both of them here. And now Brickbat with a core flip up in this midfield. Could be a pretty big threat here. Pushing up into this gold box, but Love and Drunk able to get it out with that strike war, as now our Corner Crew looking to make a push to Yoshi going for the dash, but can't quite land it on the core. Love and Drunk looking to give him another shot. Goes for the top side, but a double core flip comes out from Goodnight Gamers to clear it out of there. As now Nicky Midland trying to dribble up the field, but Love and Drunk with the cat cannon trying to flip it out of there and get it into the goal. The cage comes out from Ken Clam. The offense is still on from Art Corner Crew. Ratman Rob trying to send it right back in there, but Brickbat trying to work the way back up the field. But Love and Drunk with the strike war win, able to send it to Yoshi in the top corner for the point.
Ken Clam's really been able to hold it down, but unfortunately these dash punches out from Yoshi have been really on point, able to hit it at just the right angle, slip it just between the cracks. Holding breath coming out from Ratman Rob here, slows down Nick Midland. Slowing down has never stopped him though. They're going to be fighting it out in the middle here. Glitch Pop coming out, allows Yoshi to receive the core and get a bumper for it. Kick coming out from Yoshi, missing the dash, or missing the punch to the dash, however.
Yeah, now Nicky
Ratman Rob able to
Midland
clear it.
in that top corner. Ratman Rob able to clear it out, get to Yoshi. Ken Clam will hold, and the Yoshi goes for the flip, but Ken Clam still able to hold, gets it back down to Brickbat, but Love and Drunk trying to keep it up in this midfield side. Nicky Midland brings out the core flip to secure a top barrier, and now changing the state of play entirely on this top side. Yoshi battling to regain core control for Art Corner Crew, but Ratman Rob trying to make a decision here. Where do they send it against this Kazan and this now Love and Drunk bringing out the cat cannon in the midfield. Goes for the flip into the cannon once again, but it's not quite enough to get it through the members of Goodnight Gamers in this midfield. Nicky Midland with the hook tries to get the barrier. Ratman Rob able to clear it out, get it to Love and Drunk. Trying once again, but Goodnight Gamers making another big push here, bringing out the now secondary, bringing out the strikes, but it's just not quite enough. Ratman Rob with the flip, able to clear it out, but Nicky Midland now with the hook, able to secure the barrier. Brickbat going for a flip for the point, but can't quite land the flip, but Nicky Midland in the bottom corner goes for the primary. Ratman Rob blocks it on the goal line, able to save it. Still a dangerous situation as we enter this overtime here. Yoshi in this top side can't quite find this barrier off of Ken Clam. He's just holding down way too well, and a core flip from Ken Clam sends it all the way back over. Ratman Rob playing his heart out, trying to defend against Nicky Midland. Love and Drunk right there to support him. Nicky Midland with the strike when trying to get it in this bottom corner. Brickbat tried to support him, but it goes all the way back over, and Ken Clam has to reset this once again. Ratman Rob passing it back down to Love and Drunk, but Brickbat running up in this midfield. It's a battle over this core. Yoshi goes for the flurries, but Ken Clam able to get it through behind him and send it all the way back over. Nicky Midland versus Love and Drunk in the strike war. Nicky Midland winning twice to find the point, and it is all tied up in this first set.
Absolutely incredible. Ratman Rob able to hold the goal open for so long despite having no bumpers. That being said, Ken Clam is absolutely excelling at keeping one bumper alive, and that's all you need. It's impossible to get past it.
And now Art Corner Crew have a significant energy advantage here in this ever crucial first round set point. The cage will come out from Ken Clam to stop Yoshi from potentially dash punching there, but gonna need a little bit more to get this core over to Nicky Midland and into a scoring position here. Love and Drunk, Ratman Rob flips up. Love and Drunk burning it on air, unfortunately, but they still have a bit of an offense going here. Ratman Rob continuously sending it back up, but they're having a little trouble getting it over to Yoshi. Brickbat doing a great job clearing it out. Yoshi will be able to get a hold of it there with a punch, secure that barrier. as Nikki Midland going for the strikes, trying to get it into this bottom barrier, but having a similar problem here. The defense from these teams is just very solid tonight, but a core flip will be enough to get it past Ratman Rob, as now it is Art Corner Crew, whose goal is open with core flip coming up from Brickbat. This could be dangerous, but firing right back with a barrier of their own. Both teams open, going into this overtime. Brickbat with a core flip to save it on the goal line, trying to send it past Love and Drunk in the midfield, it's just a very difficult situation to be in here. Glitch pop from Love and Drunk, trying to send it back up to Yoshi. Ratman Rob sending it into the cage with Yoshi, trying to get it through. Love and Drunk is almost dead, though, in a very dangerous situation. Glitch pop to self-pass, though, brings it up into the top of Ken Clam, able to clear it out. Love and Drunk will go down. Here's Brickbat dribbling in the bottom side, able to mix up Ratman Rob and sink it right into that bottom pocket. Goodnight Gamers will take the first set.
What a fantastic set that was. This draft could mean a lot here. There's a lot of really cool things. I think we're looking out for, in this draft, Egoist. Egoist is going to be massive, as we see these people using a bunch of energy, having to use it for evades, having to use it for the burst. Having more of that is not going to... It will actually make a huge difference. Timeless Creator going over to Love and Drunk is also going to be massive. The Cat Cannon's going to be putting out a lot of work here, with both the duration and the size, giving a lot of bonus to the core control that he now has.
Yeah, definitely a pretty solid pickup there. That Egoist, though, on Nikki Menlin could potentially be very, very huge here. I mean, it just gives massive power plays, but this being said, Art Corner Crew will be the first to bring down the barriers. Both barriers, actually, as Ratman Rob up in this midfield, looking to keep this offense going. Love and Drunk winning the strike wars, trying to get it up to Yoshi here in this bottom pocket. Brickbat able to hold it down, though, and Ken Clam as well, of course, on this defense. Nikki Midland, great hook to get it past Ratman Rob. Will secure one barrier here, but they're going to need a little bit more than that to take the round. Glitch prop from Love and Drunk sends it in, and Yoshi with the dash punch kill onto Ken Clam. It is just the forwards here for Goodnight Gamers as Yoshi dribbling up the field. It is blocked by Brickbat with the strikes, though. Doesn't have the cooldowns up to score, but a Cat Cannon coming out from Love and Drunk will be enough pressure here for Art Corner Crew to confirm it and take the first point.
That KO on Ken Clam is going to be massive here. Being able to cheek out these goals is what's going to be necessary, because Ken Clam is an iron wall. Almost indomitable here. That being said, Ratman Rob is also really hard to slip past. Even if you take both bumpers, Ratman Rob does not care. The extra speed from the secondaries is able to just keep it up.
Yeah, and Yoshi now trapped in jail, but Love and Drunk with the glitch pop, it'll be enough to secure the barrier, and with core flips up, Love and Drunk immediately going for it in Ken Clam's face, sends it right up into that top side. Solid point there from Art Corner Crew, and they still have Yoshi's core flip up, and Ratman Rob gets his this round, but Ken Clam and Nikki Midland also quite high up on that energy meter as well, so could be seeing a lot of core flips coming out as Nikki Midland's Egoist is popped, but Art Corner Crew get a barrier. Yoshi had unfortunate misflip, but we'll get the barrier off the rebound regardless. It's taking a lot of damage as Nikki Midland burns the core flip to actually find the KO on Yoshi there. It's now in this 2v3. Goodnight Gamers. Oh, Ken Clam made a good save there to keep it going, but they're not able to get any barriers. Yoshi back online now. Back into this 3v3 as Art Corner Crew have both their barriers up, and a great glitch pop from Love and Drunk. Sheds it right through Ken Clam for the point, as Art Corner Crew will be taking a set now of their own.
Now there's some big awakenings in this draft here. Rapid Fire, Team Player, Primetime, all excellent. Knife's Edge, a Juliet Classic. This is a lethal draft that can swing a lot of the game depending on how it flows out. Ken Clam taking the Team Player is going to be massive. Being able to chain that to Nikki Midland is going to be huge. Kazan with Team Player buff is astonishingly hard-hitting. That being said, Ratman Rob being able to pick up the prime time, having 3 charges of shotgun is massive for defense.
Yeah, definitely going to be difficult to get it past Ratman Rob here, and Love and Drunk with that extra special is actually pretty scary, and Art Corner Crew, I'd say, are in a pretty good position right now. I mean, they just came off that second set win there, and we've seen how they do, and I think they have a pretty good shot. I would say that they have the advantage going into this set. I mean, they are down 1 barrier right now, but looking to defend this other one here, try and get barriers of their own. Yoshi fighting the 1v3, but a glitch pot from Love and Drunk will interrupt that and bring down a barrier as it's now 1-1 in the diagonal formation. Looks like the players in the midfield scuffling here for core control. Yoshi in this top side now. Gets put in the cage, though, by Ken Clam. Love and Drunk going for the cyber drives up, but Ken Clam able to block that one. Saw it coming. Egoist procced on Nicky Minlin. Brickbat trying to pass it down to them with the hook, but Love and Drunk core flips first, and Ratman Rob whiffs his core flip as well, and Nicky Minlin able to just stall out the core flip and actually get that barrier, and Ken Clam with a core flip pass off the bumper, trying to get it back up to Nicky Minlin. No point just yet, but a team player pass up through Brickbat will be enough for Nicky Minlin to burn that core flip and sink it right in.
Absolutely insane. Narrow passes made by Brickbat, just barely able to sneak it into Minlin's hands, but that's all he needed. Able to flip it there. Brickbat's gonna have core flip immediately here, going into this round with energy advantage.
Yeah, and also, I guess I can't do it while I'm in game, but it's fine. I'll do it later. Core flip, though, coming out from Brickbat, bring down another barrier, but Yoshi in the top corner goes for the core flip. Ken Clam with the cage, though, is going to shut that down in its tracks here, and Yoshi takes a lot of damage. He's staggered now. He's going to have to play his life a little bit in this kind of midfield. Goes for the dash punch, wasn't going to quite be able to find anything. Blows the flurries here as well, as Love and Drunk and Brickbat just battling it out on the top side. Goodnight Gamers will pick up the KO here, and unfortunately lose the barrier, though. So Love and Drunk does have a core flip up. But it is a 2v3. Ratman Rob will lose a barrier here, and unfortunate strike for loss. Nicky Minlin finds it, gets it past the shotgun. It's Goodnight Gamers. Strike once again, bring it to set point.
Art Corner Crew gonna need to pull something out here to bring back this set. But even then, this set isn't the end of the world for them. If things go wrong, they still have a little bit of wiggle room to play with. A dash punch comes out from Yoshi, but unable to secure anything. Nicky Minlin using the knockback to stun Ratman Rob takes a barrier. Yoshi able to get control of the core. Ratman Rob tries to hold the top lane, but Ken Clam just holds it down.
Yeah, both of these teams have been putting up a very solid defense. That being said, Nicky Minlin with the hook into strike, patented Kazan combo will be enough to bring down the barrier, and the continued pressure will be enough for Goodnight Gamers to score once again and take their second set 3-0. And with Nicky Minlin now the MVP, there's still some good stuff here on the board potentially. There is a 1-2 punch. That could be pretty big on the Kazan. It looks like, yeah. Opting for that. Aerials as well. Missile prop, I imagine, for Ratman Rob or Aerials, one of the two. Looks like it will be Aerials.
With Love and Drunk's Awakenings, they could invest in Monumentalist and have absolutely huge stuff, which they will. Timeless Creator Extra Special Monumentalist means that the Firewall Sentry is not going to be joking around.
It's also a really good deny against Brickbat. You don't want to see a Monumentalist now on the enemy team. That's
You don't. It takes up roughly the whole lane on this map.
Yeah, and immediately Love and Drunk bringing out the giant cat cannon to just force down that first barrier, and they're still pushing up from this bottom side here. The cage comes out from Ken Clam. Yoshi pretty much in jail permanently at this point, but they will hold that second barrier. Yoshi going for the dash. Ken Clam able to clear it out again, but Love and Drunk with the cat cannon up once again, pushing this top side. Ken Clam still able to hold, but Yoshi with the strike will be enough as Ken Clam, it almost goes into the goal gates, but Ken Clam able to save it and core flip it out of there. Yoshi is very staggered, but trying to dribble and find a shot. Love and Drunk also staggered, going for the glitch pop, trying to score. It's score or die, and it is die here for Yoshi as Nicky Minlin now pushing up, securing that bottom barrier, getting it up to Brickbat, trying to go for the shot. There it is. Brickbat right into the bottom. Goodnight Gamers looking very strong.
Another reason why Love and Drunk taking Monumentalist is huge. Brickbat is putting out an astonishing amount of damage for what's supposed to be a supportive striker. It's no joke the amount that the primary and the secondary on now can do. You're going to see that Yoshi, Love and Drunk are they're just getting their stagger bars completely mashed by this composition.
Yeah, Nikki Minlin with the Egoist up here. It's a good spot, potentially, for them to make something happen. Primary to dribble it into the corner, burns the core flip, gets the barrier here. As big push coming out from Goodnight Gamers. Brickbat almost has energy up here as well. Trying to keep it on the offense, but Love and Drunk cyber swiping up, bringing out the big cat cannon, trying to feed it into Z Yoshi, but Goodnight Gamers just holding it down so well here. And with Brickbat having a core flip up now, they're pushing it in. Ratman Rob makes the save with the shotgun, but Brickbat still has that ever elusive energy. Z Yoshi with the punch will be able to bring down the barrier, and Brickbat, unfortunate core flip, gets the night market angle, goes all the way around and back to their own side, but it looks like they're gonna have another chance here as they push this top side. Love and Drunk is hurt, having to spend energy just to stay alive here. We're running down into this bottom side. Brickbat trying to bring it into Nikki Menlin, looking for the dribbles. The shotgun from Ratman Rob are able to interrupt that though. Looking for another shot here. Still in this bottom pocket. Nikki Menlin can't quite find the primary. It's back to Z Yoshi, but Ken Clam able to get it out of the flurries. Core flip comes out from Nikki Menlin, but it gets stalled out. But a pass up to Brickbat gets it through Love and Drunk and Ratman Rob. Goodnight Gamers bring it to match point.
Truly an impressive showing from Goodnight Gamers here. The precise passes from Brickbat, the poking of the augmented strike from Nikki Minlin. We're seeing some solid stuff, and that's not even mentioning the absolutely iron wall defense from Ken Clem. That being said, an unfortunate time to say that remark is both barriers and a goal are taken with a flip.
Big 12-second goal from Art Corner Crew. Yoshi bringing it out with the flip into dash punch, but Art Corner Crew is going to need a lot more than that to bring this one back. Goodnight Gamers on that match point, and we've seen how powerful they can be, especially once it hits overtime. That Kazan really kicks in, that team player really kicks in on Ken Clam as well. So Art Corner Crew is looking to make a push from this top side, but in the hands of Nikki Minlin once again. They will lose a barrier here as now Brickbat just keeping it up on Art Corner Crew's side of the field here. Love and Drunk brings out the turret defensively here, tries to get it back up to Z Yoshi. Love and Drunk running the core flip here, will send it straight through everyone on Goodnight Gamers and actually secure that barrier, but it's Nikki Minlin now in the bottom pocket with the core flip, sends it into Ratman Rob, burns the core flip to save it, but Nikki Minlin with the primary will get the barrier anyway. Now core flip from Ken Clam, sends it to Ratman Rob with the shotgun, will send that down as Nikki Minlin with the hook, gets it past the cannon and strikes it right into that bottom side. Goodnight Gamers taking it 3-1, 3-1.
Absolutely wonderful showing here. Goodnight Gamers showing their dominance, taking a quick victory. Or I got that backwards, didn't I? That is a victory from
That was a victory from Gamers.
That is a victory from Goodnight Gamers.
Yeah.
My apologies. The enemy victory text up there really boggled my brain. Sorry, I was getting a TO question at the time. Unfortunate though. Scuffed it is right now. Wow. Ken Clam would not let Yoshi play. Just kept shoving him in jail. Said, no, I'm pretty sick of having a Juliet in my face, actually.
Yeah, solid performance there from both sides, but Goodnight Gamers really pulled it out and will continue their absolute domination as they will go into grand finals undefeated tonight, even in Swiss, which is pretty insane. I mean, I knew that they were kind of top contenders to begin with, but I never thought we would see this. So we'll have to see how it goes. But we're going to be headed into the losers bracket here in just a minute. Losers semifinals is going to be we versus Brain Differential. As I cut back to us. We versus Brain Differential in the losers semifinals coming up in just a minute. Whoops. We are going to take a short little break while they do their map bans, but we will be right back with that match momentarily. So stick around. Loser semis into losers finals into grands.
なんかすごったままの拙い炎よ何者かになりたくていくわでもなくただ駆け出した超絶なよしより諦め悪い挑戦者がちょっと無駄なプライド投げ打って終える勇気連覇させようか叶わない恥じわない誰より強くなりたいそれより自分の弱さに負けたくない最前線へかっ飛ばして勝利目
Hey everyone, welcome back. We're here with Spec Training number 8 with more Omega Strikers coming to you very soon. My name is Frying Pan Man, and I'm going to be introducing my co-commentator here too. How are you feeling about this so far?
I'm feeling really great, man. This has been a really incredible experience. I am a part of Seraphim Crimson. We just got obliterated by we, but that's okay. This is looking to be like a really interesting match. We has been in great form, and I know my teammates have been interested in brain differential, saying that they've been threats. So I want to see how we holds up against what seems to be a proven threat.
Yeah, I won't lie. I'm going to be relying you on a lot here for the back end info, as I have come from playing Tekken 8 to doing some casting here. So I'm excited either way, but I'm coming in with fresh eyes, which definitely gives a very interesting perspective. But all in all, I am excited to see what gives both these teams the strength, the power to play Omega Strikers.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, those fresh eyes might be needed because my brain has been rotting on this game for like the past 4 hours. So if I miss a few things, it's because of that. But going into it looks like a night market actually. How do you feel about that pick?
It's a pretty generally conventional pick, competitive map wise. I'm not super big about the map these days myself, but I think especially depending on the characters you're running in your comp, it's a really strong pick. You can really easily shut out portions of the map. Some characters like Juliet get a lot of strength from just being able to go around and get kills in certain places. So it depends on how these teams play it off, but it could be a really a lot of KOs traded on both sides, to say the least.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can see here ex Juliet on both sides. So looks like a lot of deaths will be happening. The speed gate in the center, so critical. One moment you can look and then you're dead. So gotta be careful of that.
Yeah, going in here, we are going to be seeing one team running the Dubu instead. So they're going to be having a lot more of the defense with the special, but we're also going to be seeing the buffs from the Mako come into play, possibly going to lead to more KOs. Still, Vega's going to start it off with a really nice Juliet dash punch to get that first barrier. However, Mudflap and Dr. Bebop are going to recover pretty easily. The ball's floating a bit here now. Spartan trying to find an opportunity to get out, able to more or less do so, passing it off to Vega, going to try to dash punch it through. However, Eternal Arctic's going to be able to pick that core back up, bring it over to Mudflap, who's going to be able to confirm one barrier. Still, though, a lot of great defense here from Spartan is going to almost avoid both barriers being taken out, but not quite. The ult coming out from X going to do a lot of damage. Vega getting a chance at the barrier, but it isn't going to take it, just slightly hitting the corner, unfortunately. Mudflap's chance here to score, but Spartan doing great defense, even having to burn the flip, but not quite enough to make it through. The wall coming out, but not going to lead to much. Spartan now with the flip is going to mean that both teams are back in a bit of a stalemate here.
Yeah, and what I'm really liking to see here is that Bebop is being very aggressive. He's taking space, and we is just playing off of each other. With dash punch from Vega there. Good look to dribble. Ooh, nice beam from the arrow. Goal down. We have a flip on Jumu. Okay, and it gets cleared. X looking to kill. Do anything. I'm trying to find it. Oh my god. Goodness gracious. Flips, flips. I don't know what's happening anymore. Help me, God. Too much high speed. Spectating this game is hard. You guys know that? Spectating is hard, but nice on the X there. Strike reset with the ult is really hard to deal with.
Yeah, Wii is going to get a really decisive point there. A lot of trades with the flips, but in the end, Mudflap just in the right time at the right place to pull it out. So far, the core is going to be floating on this second round, but both teams putting up a really good fight on Dibley here, trying to get it up, but Dr. Bebop's going to bring out the Duba Wall, and the
Wow.
Maelstrom from Eternal Arctic is going to lead to the first KO here. Not the Juliet nor the X KOs yet so far. but still, that's probably going to be coming in the future. Mudflap and Arctic trying to get past, but Italy's doing a great job of just keeping the ball away, allowing Vega to get back, leading to a very powerful double barrier here. Maelstrom's going to come out still. Vega's offense here, stopped by Eternal Arctic. Both we and Brain Differential getting really decisive turns here at the core, but not able to fully convert. It's those little moments that are going to make it count here, folks.
Yeah, absolutely. And it seems like Vega and Wiggly are just playing off each other a little bit more. It seems like Mudflap and Arctic have become desynchronized. Even with that Dubu earlier, Arctic and Bebop are stepping on each other's toes there. And that's just the saddest goal I've seen in a while. But in the business, we take those.
It don't matter how the core get in there. A goal is a goal, and it's going to allow Brain Differential to tie it up here against we. Again, though, yeah, like you said, I do feel that Wobbly and Vega are doing really great work here, playing off each other. Especially in this case, where it's going to lead to the death of Dr. Bebop, the goalie, being taken out. Vega's going to try and use as an opportunity, but Mudflap and Eternal Arctic now using their own teamwork to really get great defense. Again, we've now seen both teams do really well to deny the power play from really leading to any major ground. However, at the same time, you gotta watch out. The storm clouds that are coming. Dr. Bebop's going to be taken out by the Veilstrom. It's going to allow Vega to set up a dash punch. Eternal Arctic, though, defending really well against that, but the loose hit down there. Eternal Arctic's not going to have the speed to catch up, and it is going to lead to second point here for Brain Differential.
Yeah, I mean, these era NATOs have been absolutely insane thus far. It is a monumentalist start, so look at how big that thing is, and Bebop just got caught again, wasn't really looking for it. And it's ironic, because the game I played and lost to them with, it was also a Monu start. So you'd think Bebop would have his eyes peeled, but unfortunately not.
To be fair, as a Dubu goalie myself, I would have personally taken Peak Performance just because I do love scaling quite a bit now. But it's definitely a decent pick either way, just especially on Night Market with how much you could really cover with the Monu. Again, though, we are going to see the power play not leading to too much. Barrier is still alive on both sides. However, if anyone isn't alive, it's going to be Eternal Arctic here getting killed by the Vega Dash Punch. Still, though, Mudflap and Bebop keeping up really good defense, almost leading to a barrier, but not quite from the Bullringer. Still, though, we're going to be seeing flips on both sides. Dr. Bebop are going to be trying to use their flip to keep the core away, but it is going to lead to the barrier loss. Vega going to try and use the flip as well, but Bebop, great defense, keeping it out of there. Spartan going to have to burn flip, trying to pass it to Wobbly. Not going to lead to any goals, though. Still, it's their chance to set up here, getting very close to doing so. The red cores from the Mako hits are coming out now, and all in all, both teams avoiding anything drastic, but still, the core is floating between them.
Yeah, and this, oh, well, as I begin to start yapping, Vega, clean dribble, crosses up Bebop. But yeah, this first set has been marked by two things, power play and coordination. And right now, it just seems that Vega and Wiggly are just finding these kills, finding these opportunities to coordinate and just break through the defenses of Bebop and Arctic.
Yeah, going into Awakenings here, makes sense. Dubu grabbing the Spark, going to try to scale. A really big pick, though, for Wiggly Wobbly with the Rapid Fire. We're going to be seeing a lot more of those Era primaries. Still, though, the other area is going to be picking up Aerial, so they're not going short. We've seen Vega do a lot of damage so far, and 1-2 punch is going to lead to more kills for sure, and you're going to have to be careful of that health moving into this game, folks.
Yeah, absolutely, and I really like the specialized pick on the Mako. I know it doesn't do too much for her, but there is a very angry X in her face right now. And that would have hurt significantly more if she didn't take that pick.
However, what is going to hurt is the Vega kill there. Coming out again, Eternal Arctic is going to have to be careful. However, Vega, riding a little too high on their horses there. Dr. Bebop's going to take advantage and use the Duba roll to take out the Juliet. Oh, and Mudflap, following in turn, is going to take out the Mako goalie. Spartan is down, Vega is back, but still, it's a power play being kept up really well by Wii. Going to try to force it through, but Mako is back now. Spartan is going to look to get revenge. Vega is moving up with the core here. Dr. Bebop and Arctic, however, going to avoid any barriers being taken out. Mudflap going to try and move in. However, Vega's going to be moving Eternal Arctic to the edge of the screen yet again. Gotta watch out for that Julie dash punch. Era helping with Wiggly Wobbly's primary, going to go in to grab the barrier. However, Bebop getting a very devious red core. Spartan and Wiggly were not ready for that.
We are just watching an all-out slugfest right here. There has been absolutely no slow playing. These people are just throwing punches. There's another one. I mean, people are just hanging a little bit too close to the edge. You saw that with the doobie roll. You saw it with the X-Bell Ringer. Just staying a little bit too close to the edge of the map is going to get you severely punished. And it's leading to all of these opportunities and all of this mayhem. And it's really hard to keep track, but
Yeah.
Wii is back on the offensive once more.
If anyone's really taking advantage of that, it's definitely going to be Vega from Brain Differential. The amount of kills that have been going on Eternal Arctic, you can already see Arctic is just evading out in the open there. You got to be worried, but so does Dr. Bebop. Vega's going to take the opportunity to take both Bebop and Arctic out, and with that ult, that seals the fate there for that point. Brain Differential is going to get a very clean goal here to tie it up at 1-1.
A really clean play from Vega there. Bebop stepping up a little bit more than he should have, out of the goalie arc and right next to the god-forsaking edges. Yet again, leaving Arctic all by his sad lonesome to deal with a Juliet ult to the face. Not what you want. Not what you want.
So when I said before that a lot of KOs were going to be traded here, admittedly, it does make sense for Vega to be picking up a lot here, but I'm surprised by how much Dr. Bebop has been picking them up. The Dubu rolls are a really powerful tool when you know how to use them right, and Bebop's showing that off, killing Vega, I believe, 2 or 3 times so far with the roll itself. Really devious here, but so far, though, one barrier open on both sides, so we're stuck in a bit of a stalemate. Mudflap's going to find an opportunity here with that Maelstrom to move in, but not quite enough to lead to an actual barrier. Spartan and Vega really keeping up a good defense, and Wiggly's going to find a chance to move the ball up, especially with that dash punch coming through. Not much you're going to be able to do about that barrier. It's Bebop's chance now to try and find a way out, and will do so, but is going to spend a flip in order for that. Moving into the Maelstrom, really difficult play there, but is able to pull it off, avoiding any goals here. And Eternal Arctic and Mudflap are able to pick up the core for just a bit longer, but not quite long enough.
Wow.
Vega gets it for one touch and sees the opportunity.
Yeah, I'm really noticing a stark contrast of playstyles in the goalie here. Spartan really chilling in his base, obviously has a long-range primary to help facilitate that, but so does Dubu. And while the aggression with his ults from Bebop has been setting up some offensive pressure, it's the time you get punished for it. Like that, poor Dubu. He's been dead half this game. So has everyone else, as that dash punch would have picked up a kill, but most importantly, it picks up the set.
Yeah, I mean, the levels speak the truth here. The teams are relatively matched, but Vega and Wiggly Wobbly are just picking up a lot more of the kills here. That XP differential is going to mean that Mudflap and Eternal Arctic are going to have to pull through quite a lot to actually keep up. So far, in terms of actual Awakening picks, though, the offensive pressure is going to be even higher on Brain Differential, as Wiggly Wobbly is going to be picking up Egoist. That's really dangerous, especially against a defensive goalie like Dubu. Bebop is going to have to be really aware of that. Is going to be scaling, however, with Rizzo and Peak, so you're going to have to watch for that Dubu speed moving into this round.
Yeah, absolutely, but I'm not quite sure if the extra stagger is going to help Bebop here, because most of these kills have been, you know, Okos. There's been very little counterplay. It's not a little chip away like you see with Zentaro's and Siphoning Wand. No, it happens immediately. So I'm really hoping that Bebop is able to use his additional stats that he gets from the Spark of Focus and Heat to enable himself not only to, oh my god, not only to die less, but help more. And X showing us his homemade dash punch combo, and he stacks it together for a beautiful score from Mudslap.
Yeah, speaking of helping, Mudflap is going to be helping Spartan into their own goal. Really devious play there. Moving in with the Maelstrom, though, and the wall is going to lead to a bit of a Dubu Hot Pocket, as I like to call it, allowing the first barrier to be picked up for the advantage of Wii. However, still able to move the core through, but Mudflap is definitely having to make a lot of these big offensive plays here, and it's somewhat difficult to do so. Trying to dribble around, finding opportunity. Arctic is going to try and provide that opportunity with the flip, but not able to fully do so. Vega, however, coming in with the damaging ult, trying to move the core through, is able to eventually get it to Wibbly Wobbly, with the primary is going to pick up that first barrier. Still with Bebop's flip and Mudflap, in fact, going out to kill Vega instead. It is going to give a great power play here for Wii, but not quite great enough. That flip, you got to be careful where your positioning is, especially if the enemy goalie has flips. Spartan's going to take advantage of that to pick up the barrier, leading to an open goal for Wii instead.
Yeah, Bebop has been all over this map, man. And while he does have the stats to, I'm not sure that flip was necessary, because he kind of cooked himself. But as I was saying, while Bebop has all these additional stats, you can't just beat a core flip, man. I would sure hope that a core flip is a little bit faster than a Dubu with momentum boots and boost.
Yeah, all in all, it's much faster. Still, though, Dubu can be quite fast, especially with what Bebop's got so far, but you just have to be careful where you're positioned. It's always a risk to move out of the goalie crease like that, and it's just in Spartan's favor to really utilize that for their own gain instead. Maelstrom's coming out on both sides, going to lead to some fun interactions, but no barriers lost. Mudflap's having a lot of difficulty moving in, even when they do move up. Wiggly Wobbly with the with the rapid fire primary is gonna keep X continuously small, as you can see there. Still though, Mudflap does not care, is gonna use the ult to get it through to the second barrier. Both goals open now on both sides. Mudflap gonna try and find an opportunity, but not quite. Again, the primary coming out from Era to debuff there. Dr. Bebop now having to try and dribble around both Vega and Wibbly Wobbly. Unfortunately, not able to cut off the pass there, and that's going to give Vega a pretty clean shot into the goal here.
Yeah, I just want to appreciate Wiggly's just overall map presence, right? Most of the time when attacking, it's not we, it is I. Only Mudflap is the one who's helping attack, because Wiggly is so quick on the rotates, outnumbering Mudflap, and helping Spartan hold it down. Vega, oh my god, one-man ban over here, just punches people, and then takes a step for brain dead. I think it was a brain dead.
Yeah, sometimes the best way isn't around, it's just forward, and we definitely saw that with the really devious offensive players here from Vega. Finding a way through with the Julie punches is a very powerful tool, and for sure Vega knows how to use it. Still, a great effort on both sides. I believe the KOs really made the difference here. We could see here 11 KOs on Vega. It's good to play well defensively, but you can't play very defensively if you're dead. That's what I always say. And well, we saw the case here, unfortunately. Either way, though, great job by both teams, and congratulations to Brain Differential for fairly handily taking that game.
Yeah, absolutely. And people always say that Julie Night Market is an insta ban. Well, you can see why in this game. Vega just absolutely crushing it, able to find so many opportunities to punish Bebop specifically and Arctic for their mispositions. And while we really tried to get something cooking offensively, it was Spartan and Wiggly holding it down together, working in perfect sync, and that ultimately got them the game and the set.
Yeah, a big part of it, I believe, as well, is the era picks coming out from Eternal Arctic and Wiggly Wobbly. Especially with the Mon you start, it's gonna mean that on a map like Night Market, the Maelstrom is going to be a really big advantage if you know the good spots to place it, and just being able to cover that much of the map with how big it is due to Monu. In the end, I believe another big part of it was just you got to be careful where it's coming. I myself understand the pains of having to avoid that era ult, but you got to watch out. And unfortunately, we did see a few moments there where Dr. Bebop did unfortunately get taken out by the era ult. And all in all, some of those smaller moments did make the differences in some of those points.
Yeah, I think that honestly, correct me if I'm wrong, but you just place an Era NATO with Monu directly in the middle of the lane of Night Market, it takes the entire lane and you're cooked. You have to burn evade, you have to burn some sort of resource, and those NATOs really helped influence the map and control the space to set up Vega to get those easy kills. Because I mean, where else are you going to run but the edge? And ultimately, hanging around the edge is what made we spend more time dead than alive.
Mhm. A big part of the map, I believe, is you either have to play it like you're just playing deathmatch against each other, or you have to play it with a lot of characters that can just shut off lanes of Night Market. And Air is one of those that can sort of do both, because both the debuffs and the Maelstrom ult really just do a lot on Night Market, but also a lot of other big characters. Jubu Alice, I think even Mako ult when you hit it can just cut off a lot of lanes, and so the ways you use those really can influence what plays are actually available to these teams.
Speaking of cutting off lanes, Dr. Bebop probably spent more time on the other side of the field than his own side. He had all the stats and all the speed to keep being aggressive and really enable his offense. And that's all fine and all, but Spartan and Wobbly, they just had really good defense. I mean, that Mako cage, the Mako secondary, where she just pounds her drums and somehow there's a force field around her, made it impossible for Mudflap to really cook anything despite a tofu wall being right behind him. And that aggression ultimately was the downfall of Dr. Bebop as he died a few times, and there was a few unfortunate flips that cost him some barriers.
Well, either way, we commend both teams for the great work. We saw a lot of great aggressive plays, a lot of risks taken, and I think both teams did great. And I'm excited to see more of their gameplay in the future. But speaking of the future, we're already going to be seeing one of those teams be playing again, because we are going to be going to losers finals, where we're going to be seeing Brain Diff yet again playing against Art Corner Crew moving in here. So we're going to be seeing some gameplay we're already possibly familiar with, depending on what kind of team they decide to play. And in my case, we're going to be seeing some gameplay from a team I'm not familiar with. Do you have any thoughts on the Art Corner Crew?
Let's see. Yoshi, Levin Drunk, and Ratman Rob. Yep, definitely big names in the community. Looking right at you, Levin. Hi, Pookie. Levin, just notorious, probably the founder of the coaching Discord, or probably misremembering, but still streamer, active communicator, member of the community, always trying to do everything. Really good at the game until he queues a solo queue, and then, unfortunate you're queuing ranked solo queue. Yoshi, I believe that's a Zentaro X player. Knowledge Gap participant probably has way more accolades under his belt. Oh, he has an emo. This guy has an emo. And Ratman Rob. I don't know much about Ratman Rob. I'm sorry, but he's been cooking with Drakkar Goalie, and I haven't seen Drakkar Goalie in a long time. So kudos to him taking this team all the way to third place, and I'm sure Yoshi and Lovin have got something cooking up on the forward side as well.
All right, yeah, I've heard some of these names as well. So all in all, I'm really interested to see how things turn out. Although it's difficult to say what we're going to be running into until these teams finalize the map picks. So we'll have a lot more direct info to talk about when that happens.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, most of these games have been playing on AtLab or Demon Dice, and those are some really, I'd say, neutral maps, you know. Anyone can be played on those maps to a fair amount of success. It's not like horrible for a certain class of striker. So I'm really hoping that we can see a nice change of pace. This game, maybe some more core control instead of a complete and utter beatdown, a slugfest. Because oh my god, too many people died, man. This isn't so. This is supposed to be family friendly content. Why are people dead so much?
Yeah, KO comps can just sort of be really strong sometimes, especially if you're in a team that isn't really familiar with playing against them, or especially also if you're not playing with any strikers that have a big supportive role like now or Duke or now or Atlas. Yeah, all in all, it's become a big part of the game, both for better and for worse, in my
Oh,
opinion.
absolutely.
But
I can't.
talk more about stuff though. You mentioned that you playing in the tournament earlier?
Yeah, that's right. I'm a part of Seraphim Crimson, with Malachi and God forgive me, I forgot his name. It was screamed so many times in my ear. Uh, Phone? Fonk. Oh,
Funk.
God,
It's a funk. When you
God
said
bless.
phone, I was very
Yeah, it was close. I got the main syllable right, but yeah, uh, Malachi and I are a part of a KG team, so we thought it would be fun to enroll and see where we're at so far, and we're pleasantly surprised. I know we is actually a KG team. I think they're team three, and we played against them in the show match. Yeah, their coaches must be cracked because they did not play like that in the show match. I'm seriously impressed with how far they've gone. And I mean, it probably doesn't mean a lot coming from me. I'm their peer, but holy, they have cooked something in the kitchen. Gordon Ramsay is proud.
Don't worry, we definitely appreciate your thoughts on the matter. I guess in that vein, then, are you playing goalie for them? If that's the case.
Yeah, I am a goalie. I was goalie in KG3. I will be goalie once more. I just really like the role. I don't know why. I want to cry half the time I'm playing it. But I think that's every role in this game, really.
Nah, I'm gonna be real. Goalie's just the sickest role, and I'm sorry to all you forwards out there, but like I tried playing forward once, and it was not it, fam. All right, I'm here to defend. All right, not do the Julie dash punching or the whatever Kazan does with the umbrella. Like I'm not here for that. All right, I'm here to defend the goal and then move up as Dubu sometimes. Goalie is just the sickest position. All right, that's just how it is.
You know what? Call me blasphemous, but I wasn't always a goalie. Back in beta, I was actually an Asher forward abuser. And if you guys played during the beta, you know that if you think her stuffing is bad now, no, that's like 1% of her power. You had an unbreakable barrier beam, you had like a down dash or whatever. That shield was equally as difficult to deal with. I mean, it was just a lot, but ultimately I switched to goalie because don't let anyone else hear that. Carrying in low elo is really easy on goalie. Go figure. You can't lose the game if you don't lose the game. So, yeah, I got sick of chasing cores and really decided to let the core come to me. And then I can distribute my wealth. And then I basically carried myself to Diamond. So, if you want free elo, play goalie. That's the lesson to be learned here.
That's all you need to know, folks. It's interesting though. I am curious. How have you been enjoying Knowledge Gap? I knew about Knowledge Gap from the third one, but at the time I had already missed signups, and then by the time the fourth one rolled around, I had already hit Challenger, so I couldn't compete in this one. How are you feeling about Knowledge Gap so far?
Oh man, Knowledge Gap is like the best time I have ever had playing this game. Kudos to the community to coming up with the idea, bringing low elo players and coaches together to a fun tournament where the players get to learn. It's all the difference in the world. Shout out to my first coaches and my current coaches, Sumi, Flop, Tragic, and God bless them. No, 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 no. This is an embarrassment. Hold on, hold on, hold on.
All right. I can't
Zert!
believe you right now.
Zert! Shout out to Zert. Oh my god. But learning from the people who have done it and done it well, it's just been a blessing and an all around fun experience. As so, we're running it back to night market, unfortunately, which means we're probably going to see a lot of kill screens. Ah, joy.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I guess I'm not too surprised. It looks like Brain Differential really held their own with what they were running on Night Market before. So it looks like they're running for it again. So far, we're seeing a very similar comp from them to what they did before. Probably the same comp, looks like. But on the side of the Art Corner crew, we're going to be seeing Dracarys and Taro Estelle. Overall, some big hitters, but not as reliant on KOs here. Might just be trying to force the core through. I'm also interested, like you mentioned, about seeing that Dracar goalie. So all in all, some interesting picks. I wonder how the comps can play out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this Estelle gameplay, actually. I haven't seen much of that in a while. Lovin, the resident midfielder, using that blink to secure the first barrier. Good defense on the side of Spartan, who puts down that secondary and says, no, no, you can't. Yoshi going up. There's a really awkward Estelle ult, and now Yoshi's going to just try and Oki, but gets thrown in jail. Good primary, but not going to find anything as Vega wins the strike war, and now Vega turns it up with a dash punch and gets a double barrier. Oh my god, Vega has been finding some really great success with these dash punches as the Maelstrom comes in from nowhere while Rob was hit stun with his ult. The coordination and utility usage has been insane from the side of Vega and Wiggly.
Yeah, that's the curse of Strike Shot. It's a very powerful gear if you use it well, but in those slight moments that you the slight moments that you miss it, if you don't have Quick Strike, you can end up being in a very devious situation without your strike available, and that's the reason why Ratman Rob did unfortunately lose both barriers there in that last play. Looking, however, to not lose both here and is able to avoid doing so. Yoshi is going to do a great play here with the ult, going to keep up the pressure and take out Spartan, leading to a 1-1 here in the first set.
Yeah, Yoshi, really good ability tracking there. Knows that Spartan doesn't have anything, so he throws two blinks into her face, and there's not really much he can do there to save that.
Yeah, moving in here, speaking of not being able to save that, Vega's going to apply that Julie ult. Ryman Rob's going to be in a bad place there without the barrier, but is going to avoid the second barrier from the flip. Great defense there. Spartan finding a decent chance to both avoid the Estelle teleport and also get the core out there. Gonna try to spend the ult, but Spartan in an easy position to keep it back. Love and Drunk is going to try to get the pass there to Yoshi to grab the barrier, is able to do so after some difficulty. However, Vega is going to answer back with a devious dash punch to grab it anyway. The flip there, going to try and use it to keep the core up, is able to ever get a kill though, which is still really good. Going to use the power play. Yoshi's going to move up with the core here. Spartan, however, does have a flip. You have to be wary. Love and Drunk also is going to burn the flip here, trying to use the primary on the back end. Not going to pan out though. Gonna steal the ball back from Vega though, moving it up, trying to, however, in a bit of a stalemate here with Wiggly Wobbly, the Era midfield going real hard here. Vega is gonna try and dash punch again, gonna hit the corner. Everyone's getting chances to score, but again, the defense on both sides is doing a great job, but not quite enough. This stacked pressure there is gonna lead to Spartan being taken out yet again, and we're gonna be getting a 2-1 advantage here for the Art Corner crew.
Yeah, that was definitely a more methodical round. There was power play and chances for all sides, but ultimately, It's night market. You hang too close to the edge and you're going to get punished for it. And that well-placed primary from Yoshi just punishes Spartan for hanging back too much.
All in all, I think a big thing that we're seeing here in the previous game, Vega was just getting so many chances at kills here, was able to apply the power play really easily, but is not finding as many chances here. Levin Drunk and Yoshi are doing a great job here, keeping away from the edges, and even more so applying that pressure back to Spartan and Wiggly Wobbly instead. That's going to lead to the third point here, and the first set is going to be going to the Art Corner crew.
Yeah, just outstanding ability usage from the sides of Art Corner crew. I mean, Yoshi found so many cheeky kills, and that long-range sniper in Estelle, perfect synergy to back him up and feed him the rock, so he can continue to beat down Spartan with a stick, or, well, a sword, but you get the idea. Draft here, really interested in the glass cannon pick on the Estelle. That's not something you see forwards take to often. I wonder if we'll actually be able to proc it.
Yeah, gonna have to be wary of that health here. One big pick I'm gonna be seeing here, Yoshi being in front is gonna be able to pick up Twin Drive, and we didn't mention the starting awakenings before, but we have a Zen start here with Super Surge already, meaning the Twin Drive is gonna be even a much bigger problem to deal with. We're already seeing it come into play there, but Spartan's defense here pretty immaculate, able to avoid anything too devious. Still, though, Vega going to try and find a pass down, is going to get interrupted by Love and Drunk's Stealth primary. Wiggly and Spartan, however, doing great work here, able to avoid the flip, leading to anything disastrous. However, Wobbly is going to have to watch that health. They are, and Spartan as well, they are going a little bit down here. Doing all those great defensive plays with the layers that were being applied is just really difficult sometimes on the stagger bar there. Gonna have to burn the flip there to avoid the Zen secondary from leading to any big barriers being taken out here. Is able to keep a decent lead here in terms of barriers, but I was just about to say Art Corner Crew is doing a great job of keeping the core out of the goalie crease, but not quite enough. Vega and Wibbly Wobbly doing a great team play to score the first point for Wii.
Yeah,
Or for
really
Brain
great. Really great read from Wiggly, by the way. Just knowing that Ratman Rob, his only option is to strike shot upward there, and that beam covering his clear. Really nice awareness from Wiggly, who has been doing, again, God's work on both offense and defense. The midfield role, you gotta be good at a little bit of everything, and Wiggly is showing that he can hang out with the best, cutting off passes, enabling the offense, controlling the space with his utility. I mean, kudos to him.
Yeah, still though, we're going to be seeing an advantage here for Art Corner Crew with them being able to keep up one barrier over Brain Differential. Still though, Vega and Wibbly Wobbly doing really good work here to apply pressure. Yoshi and Love and Drunk trying to find those slight chances to just steal the core, and they are finding them, but Spartan's doing a great job of avoiding any goals being taken from them. Still, though, Wiggly Wobbly and Vega trying to keep up the offense here, able to sort of do so, but it's just in the corner there. Yoshi's going to find a really good flip to grab the score back to 1-1.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the Awakenings doing the work right there for Yoshi. Twin Drive Super Surge. He was on the top side of the map, and he just blinked, showed up into Spartan's face, and pressed the win button. So, also, when did the Estelle die? Oh my god. Vega probably finding another good kill on Lovin, who probably strayed a little bit too close to the edge. Ratman Rob, though, doing some really... Oh my god. Ratman Rob was doing some really great work holding it down, but unfortunately, win button for win button as Vega flips and stuns everyone to win the split.
Yeah, I may have not always been remembering Brain Differential's name, but I have been remembering the Vega Dash Punch, and it's finally coming in full circle here to grab both a kill and later the full goal there. We're going to be going 2-1. Speaking again, the dash punch, Vega's going to be using it to grab a barrier, grab another barrier thanks to the pass from Wiggly Wobbly. Still, Love and Drunk is going to find a chance to get it out, and Ramen Rob, great hit there to get it outside of Wiggly Wobbly's era clutches. Overall, though, we're still kind of a bit in between. Love and Drunk going to try and find a chance to get through. However, Spartan and Wiggly Wobbly doing a great defense. Vega finding those chances. I was saying before, Vega was not finding the chances for those Julie kills, but I was wrong. It's all changed now, and it's going to allow those power plays to become really big. However, not much you can do with the power play when Yoshi is doing so much work to keep the core out of Brain Differential's hands.
Yeah, and really kudos to Wiggly and Vega. I mean, they are... Oh my god, that was beautiful. The passes and the redirects, the synergy from Wiggly Wobbly, oh my god, I butchered that name. Wiggly, Vega, and Spartan, right? You can see that right there during that last point, that last final skirmish. Spartan never really was alone, right? He always had his buddies. If you don't have friends like Wiggly and Vega, making your life easier by contesting and cutting down options, they're not your real friends. Go find some other friends. But we're looking into this new draft. Oh my god, Zentaro got extra special, so I guess he doesn't have cooldowns. He's going to be in your face, blinking and dashing and killing you at an even faster rate than before. And Yoshi has been doing a really great job of controlling the core, which isn't really what brawlers do, but this Centauro build will allow you to control the core and hard carry, really. As he just blinks from midfield with these awakenings and secures the first point for our corner crew in dominant fashion.
Yeah, really clean series of hits. Spartan and Wiggly just unfortunately not finding a chance to get it out. And Vega did earlier go for the devious Julie dash punch, but wasn't able to actually convert it into anything. Speaking of converting, however, Love and Drunk and Yoshi going to work together to convert into both barriers, but Vega is going to find the opportunity instead to just take them out. Gonna possibly grab both barriers, not quite. Really good ult there from Ratman Rob to avoid anything too bad. Yoshi is gonna have to spend the flip there. I was just thinking as much. A really devious series of bounces is almost gonna lead to coming back, but not quite. And wow, Yoshi's ult. We saw, as my co-commentator just mentioned, it's gonna stop the core there because Zen does not have cooldowns, and Love and Drunk's gonna find the opportunity to hit it in with the blink.
Yeah, and Yoshi have just been playing really well off of each other. Again, I said it before, long-range capabilities from Lovin as he kind of throws it all the way and walks right into the face of Spartan have really been setting it up. And it's really interesting that they're playing off of each other's cooldowns, right? Yoshi was in the midfield right there, but a nice flip from Spartan and an even better dash punch from Vega gets Brain Diff their first point in the set, showing that you don't really need all the cooldowns in the world to play off each other.
You only need the one cooldown that gets it in. So far, though, neither team really winning kickoff in this set. They're just kind of flying around here, and both teams finding opportunities to get it through. Love and Drunk, however, getting real close, but not quite. Gotta watch out for that Estelle primary. Is able to avoid anything, and Vega is going to find another opportunity to kill here. Again, I mentioned it. I thought before Vega wasn't finding them, but it just took the first set to really switch up the script here, as these power plays are making it much easier to grab the barriers instead. Still, though, the resource advantage is on the side of the Art Corner crew. Both Yoshi and Ratman Rob having flips here. It's going to come into a bigger thing as this the flip's going to come out, as well as the kill from the Estelle. Not going to lead to a goal, but is going to, as Wiggly is just slightly out of range to catch that great hit into the bottom corner, allowing the Art Corner crew to grab set 2. All right.
Yeah, really great play from Lovin there. That primary was so well placed, and when he's not dead, my God, Lovin is making such a huge impact on this field, as a good midfielder should. Going into this draft, Zentaro gets another Biss, Heavy Impact, oh my god. Well, I guess he is MVPing every time, but yeah, this Centauro build. I mean, Biss after Biss after Biss. Are you sure we're not streaming on Bestie and Slot channel? Because that's what Yoshi has right now. And wait, do I see Lovin on the Timeless? What is this guy? What is he doing? Oh no! That's certainly not an awakening you can use on Estelle, but evidently it hasn't made too much of a difference as Lovin and Yoshi have been absolutely dominating Spartan here. Ooh, that was kind of suggestive. As they get the two barriers, Ratman Rob forced to fend against Wiggly, does so successfully, burns his secondary. Lovin winning the strike war, places a good primary, core a little bit too slow. Good Maelstrom gets Vega and Wiggly on the offensive, but nothing happened, and Yoshi has his stuff. Chooses to special there, and a flip was burned by Spartan as Vega finds his first barrier and uses the flip, win button, punches it through. And Yoshi, oh my god, as soon as he does that, just teleports across the map, clean self passes, gets it through Spartan.
To be fair, you mentioned the timeless pick on Estelle earlier. I didn't catch the full Awakening draft, but I believe most likely that was probably to deny Wiggly from the timeless. I forgot to mention it earlier, or at least I wanted to, but didn't get a chance. However, Wiggly did pick up that powerful Era Monu that we talked about in the last game. Having timeless there would have made it a lot more devious, but even while I'm describing that, Yoshi and Lovin finding some really good opportunities to cleanly take out both barriers and grab the goal.
Yeah, forgive me for ever criticizing Father 11 then. This is why I'm in Diamond and he's not. I'm the student and he's not. So, again, really clean play. The Stell ult finding the last sliver of the barrier that isn't covered. And Wobbly is dead. Probably at the, well, not dead, but probably at the hands of Yoshi's heavy impact.
Don't worry about being Diamond. As a fellow Challenger player, I can help you out where possible. All in all, though, both teams still in a relatively even spot. We're going to be seeing that extra special heavy impact coming out more from Yoshi. With that ult, is going to lead to a barrier being taken out. Spartan's going to have to deal with all this, is going to use the flip. Wiggly, really low health, so going to have to watch out moving forward. Overall, though, able to heal it up just enough. Lovin doing great work here with the blink to keep Vega from grabbing a barrier, is able to throw it up there. Yoshi's going to try to find an opportunity to move it up, but not quite. Vega still has core, not yet though. Lovin is going to find a great hit though into the goal as Yoshi is going to be keeping Spartan preoccupied, and it is going to give the Art Corner crew a fairly decisive 3-1 win here against Brain Differential.
And we talked about how important the awakenings were and how Zentara was just basically allowed, or rather forced, to take best in slot options every single time. But it wasn't that awakening that closed out this set. It was actually, go figure, the glass cannon on the Estelle that gave Lovin so much speed to dribble to himself while Yoshi was just beating Spartan with his sword to self-pass and ultimately get the final score in for a clean set on Art Corner Crew.
Yeah, a very different. Zioshi is asking in the chat if their Zentaro is going to be banned moving forward. You'll have to take that up with the other teams, especially after those devious hits there. All in all, though, both teams put in a lot of work. We did get a very different story though. In the last game, Brain Differential was really using those kills from Vega's Julie to keep it moving forward. And we did see that working its way into this game quite a bit, especially nearing the third set, I believe. However, it just wasn't enough. All in all, Yoshi and Lovin, just the combined offense they provided was just a lot to really handle. A lot of goalies are going to have trouble with it, and it really worked out in their favor. All in all, though, I saw a lot of good things from both teams. In the end, though, Art Corner Crew just ended up putting up more of a stable fight, leading to a really good win here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it just wasn't the awakenings, right? But it was also just cleaner coordination, cleaner ability usage. Brain Diff really did have chances and they had moments to shine, but my goodness, you throw Zentaro Super Surge and Twin Drive and all that on a plate, and you're turning into a 1v9 striker right there. I mean, 1v6, but there's 9 people. Whatever. That Zentaro really was MVP, and maybe he should have been banned. If you saw the special Super Surge start for first two Awakenings, I mean, my goodness. But kudos to Brain Diff. I think they are placed fourth, third in the bracket. Uh,
I
I
believe
need to
this would
check
make
that.
them third. I believe.
Third. They take third, and they should be proud of what they accomplished, really showing why a good brain is climbing in this game. And I mean, showing my friend Fonk, yeah, it's Fonk, showing me why
Wow, what a
Fonk
friend.
was. Sorry, I just met the man like 2 minutes ago. Well, 6 hours ago. But you know, he's showing Brain Diff proving why Fonk was fearful of them, and yeah, I would be too.
Absolutely putting slander on my guy Tafonk by
I'm
not remembering the
sorry.
powerful name. It's okay, we all got to do better sometimes. I get it.
I
Either
know.
way, though, great fight from both of them. I believe. All right. So, unless we have anything big to mention, Sui, anything to say, or are you good?
Uh, no, actually, I've just been yapping with you, and I think we have done a pretty successful job of that so far.
Yapping is what we do here, folks. If that's the case, then with that game, it will be soon going up to the final big match. We'll be going to grand finals where Art Corner Crew is going to be attempting to get revenge on Goodnight Gamers, who had put them into the losers bracket in winners finals. So we'll have to see if Goodnight Gamers is going to keep the trend going, if we're going to be facing a bracket reset. Ooh. But either way, that is all questions for a later moment, as we will be taking a break for a bit until those games come up. So please stay tuned. We hope to see you in just a few moments, and check out some great Omega Strikers coming up soon. We'll see you later. Folks, my people, welcome back. You know how it is. Late night, star bright. Show me some OS tonight. We're here in grand finals with Art Corner Crew and what's it again? Good morning.
No,
Good
good
night,
night.
gamers. I apologize. It does feel like a very good night here at 1 in the morning, but it's all good. Um, just for some context, so you know, this match is going to be a best of one with bracket reset. So if Goodnight Gamers wins this, then that's it. They are the champions. But if Art Corner Crew can pull through and win, they'll have a chance to play a second match and take the championship themselves. So what are your thoughts here on this matchup? I did not see their previous game, so I don't have the context. I wonder if you do, by any chance.
Yeah, so my team had the displeasure of going against Goodnight Gamers twice and losing twice. This is just a really solid team here. Brickbat, legend in the community, obviously, and then I haven't heard about the other two, but that's okay. All you need to know is that these gentlemen or gentlewomen or gentle non-binaries can cook. They can cook. They just deleted me off the face of the planet. So I'm really looking forward to see what they have in store for us. They probably haven't been playing in a while. Hands are cold into the fresh Art Corner Crew. But going into this game, we'll be able to see we're starting Awakening soon on the tried and true Atlas Lab, and it looks like a timeless chrono start. Octavia fans in the chat. Oh boy, they're getting excited for this one. But no Octavia in game as the match begins. Obviously breaking the hole in the center first because that's what you do. I'm not sure why, but it's really good if you do it. So if you're not doing it, do it. Really good setup to Zioshi from Love and Drunk and Ratman Rob. Backing him up, really good secondary from Love and Drunk, not able to find the barrier. As we reset to neutral here, Ratman Rob self-pass with the ult. My goodness, that was nice to look at. Winning some strike wars here, past 11 drunk, following up with a glitch pop, but nice patience from Kenslam, who says no to the turret with his own prison. As, oh, my goodness, an angry Zioshi is forcing out some flips from both Lovin and Kenslam. And Lovin continues to try and apply pressure with his dash, but not finding anything here as Brickbat and Nikki are able to find their first barrier. And oh my god, Nikki is just staggered for fun. And if he's not careful with that hole in the center, which Brickbat, said no to, then he can die here and put, what's their name again? Goodnight Gamers. No, yeah, Goodnight Gamers at a serious disadvantage, but flips were exchanged, and Brickbat finds the demon angle and scores the first point for Goodnight Gamers.
Yeah, you brought up the topic earlier of why you want to take out the middle here on AtLab. A big reason is just having that middle open can lead to a lot more passing and hit opportunities that you otherwise wouldn't have or would otherwise be harder due to the gravitational pull of the middle. Additionally, though, it can be a bit dangerous to leave it there, especially against comps that really like going for kills. They will find ways to hit you into the middle instead, make it work for them, and it makes it a very dangerous, damaging, and kill potential tool. So all in all, a lot of things to be careful for. Speaking of being careful, however, Kenklam had to really be careful of that play between Lovin and Zioshi, but is not careful enough. The flip isn't going to work out, and that great punch from X is going to lead to a 1-1 tie here in the first set.
Pan just proving why he's gapping me and why I'm diamond. Hard stuck, but really nice dash flip from Lovin. Bit of a Garfield moment on Kenklam. Could have bursted to save the lock or save the goal, but ultimately not just going to be able to find it as the first barrier drops on the side of Goodnight Gamers. And likewise for Art Corner Crew. And really what you need to keep in mind when attacking on Atlas Lab is that I don't know much, but you want to keep the pressure on the top side or bottom side, respectively, of the locks, right? It just makes the goalie's life so much harder because there's nowhere else to clear to except right back to them. and attacking, as you can see from Yoshi on the side where there's much more space from the top. There's way more angles that the goalie can use to clear. But it doesn't matter in the end because they got the lock anyways. And what the heck? Drakkar just died. Nikki does burn flip for it, and now they have to play defense without their goalie. And Nikki is looking for really cheeky strikes here onto the barrier. Could have probably passed back to Brickbat, but having the awareness to pass backwards is not something that comes easy in this game. Is Yoshi trying to dash, trying to find something, doesn't find it. And a turret down from Levin to control space, I guess. It's probably going to waste as almost good flip from Ken Clam. Doesn't Garfield twice, but slows himself with his primary, trying to find a kill on Levin, who acted like human bait for Yoshi to just punch the core through.
Yeah, moving in here, a lot of overall even plays by both sides, but so far we're sticking in the advantage of the Art Kroner crew. I'm sure they're happy to hear that, wanting to reset the bracket. Still, though, going to be hard to get past Brickbat and Nikki with the offense they're enforcing here, and it is going to lead to one barrier being taken out. Maelstrom is almost going to lead to a second barrier, but it doesn't matter because Brickbat is the Maelstrom in the night, going to lead to opening the goal on the side of Art Corner crew. I didn't catch that very well, but Yoshi is now dead. Not entirely sure what happened, but hey, that's how it goes in Love and War. Either way, though, Nicky Manalin, within all the chaos, is going to be able to get it past Love and Drunk, who was trying to force the ball away, and is going to allow the 2-2 tie-up yet again here.
Yeah, Ratman Rob really tried his best to hold down the fort with Lovin, but really showcasing how strong this pick was, and wow, that's really unfortunate. Don't you just hate when that happens on this map? Like, you get it behind the lock, and then it's self-clears. God! But these primaries from Ratman Rob are really helping to control the core and give Goodnight Gamers less opportunities to find locks. But speaking of finding locks, a really nice flip from Brickback, well, kind of neutral flip, gets both locks from both teams, so open net situation, Ratman Rob passing up to open space, glitch pop, turret, cage, everything's coming down, one flip, two flips online, as a nice pass, nice, not Garfield-y. And another kill probably just immediately died to the black hole, which is tragic. Ratman Rob opting to keep it ping pong with the goalie instead of passing. I'm not questioning it. I'm Diamond. Oh, and a nice dash from Yoshi, able to find it with the redirect from Lovin into that beautiful corner. And Art Corner crew is going to probably make us stay up a little bit later as they take the first set.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier when I was talking about the use of the black hole, but we saw it directly there. That kill by just directly using the black hole itself, you got to watch out for dangerous moments like that, and that's why it's just usually better, both for that and space control, to just take it out immediately. But in overtime, that can be a lot harder to do. The core is moving around really fast. It's difficult to both control the space, control the core, and keep track of the middle there, and it's going to lead to situations like those. All in all, though, some pretty strong picks from both sides. We're going to be seeing Yoshi with the spec training, going to be dealing more damage, and Ratman Rob with the missile prop means Drakkar is going to be able to do a lot more from farther away. One thing to note, however, is Ken Clam is going to be running Egoist here, which means that neither Love and Drunk nor Yoshi can be using it themselves, which is going to hurt their offensive pressure a little bit moving into the second set.
Yeah, but Yoshi, not a care in the world, walks in there with the Bell Ringer, gets both locks, and my goodness, the Draft Kingdom is coming to fruition with the Happy Star on the turret already back up, and Ratman Rob with his missile prop showing why Drakkar goalie is a real sleeper pick, honestly. And we have a stagger here on Nikki, looking real low here, just gets punched in. X certainly did give it to her. And Ratman Rob whipping the strike shot, but still keeps it going. Anyways, flip from Yoshi, gets another kill. The turret's back up again. It's in purgatory. Oh my god, where we wait those in this household. We wait those as Ken Clam Garfielded again. He needs to stop doing that. He like flip-flops through it. It's weird.
Hey, it was a really difficult situation to go through. Lovin just had the patience, had the drive to make that play work, and it worked out for Art Corner moving in there. But either way, Brickbat and Nikki going to try to find the opportunity to change things around. However, Nikki with that low health means Ratman Rob is going to look for a kill, and while that's happening, Yoshi's just forcing things through with that X ult.
Wow.
Great strike shot in that position to avoid any barriers being taken out, and it's even going to lead to the core moving into the range of X dash punch. It's going to be difficult to stop the core when you're dead, and that's proven here as we go into a 2-0 lead here for Art Corner Crew.
Yeah, and it was a big issue on the night market maps for these teams staying too close to the edge. But we didn't quite mention that this X has chrono boost. So his dashes, he goes a long distance, and Ken Clam, without any space to operate, is just getting killed in a good old dash punch fashion. But both blocks down again. These awakenings really helping Art Corner Crew assert dominance over. Wow. So you want to talk about that heavy star and dominance? Yeah, that turret lining up a perfect play as Art Corner Crew is now 2 sets up on Goodnight Gamers.
Yeah, Ken Clam did the right thing there. Keeping in front of X to avoid any big plays there is the right play overall. But it was just really difficult against how fast Love and Drunk set up that core. Not a lot of people are going to be able to see it moving at that speed, so a really handily won 3-0 victory here for Art Corner Crew, and it seems that we may be seeing a reset if things keep up, but we'll have to see what Goodnight Gamer says about that. All in all, though, X notably is not going to be getting Castellas, which would have made things even crazier having both Spec Training and Chrono. And actually, with Brickbat having that, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of power plays coming from the Era secondary, possibly in a bit. However, may not even need that. Great shot there, going to lead to both barriers being taken out. Ratman Rob now here having to find a way around, but not quite doing so. As I said it, Era secondary, it's going to give Brickbat that quick speed to move in and grab the first point here for Goodnight Gamers. They are not going down without a good night. And it's their time.
No, absolutely not. And I'm really questioning Yoshi's decision to take the big fish over the cast and let it fall down to Era, who is a notoriously good user of it. And we just saw it as Brickbat was able to sweep in and get that kill. But he is looking a little bit low. I wonder if that buff lasted a little bit longer, Brickbat would be dead. But oh my god, double KOs. Yoshi's all by himself for fun. He has Flip. He has the potential to save this. Oh, no, never mind. Never mind.
Goodnight Gamers, pretty handily changing the tide of the match, to say the least. Some really fast points there, bringing to a 2-0 lead. We'll have to see if the trend ends up switching yet again. So far, though, we are seeing an opportunity for the Art Corner Crew to find somewhere else. Still, though, difficult to say what's going to happen. We saw there with the flip. I was just about to say the resource advantage is definitely on the side of Goodnight Gamers. Ken Clam still holding on to a flip. However, Ratman Rob is doing quite a good defense, is going to unfortunately lose the barrier. Brickbat's going to have to be careful. Yoshi is going to probably mark Era here, looking for the kill, going to have to evade there, but still not quite enough, stuck a little too close to the edge. And again, with the Chrono Boost X on the prowl, that is going to lead to the ult lasting just long enough for Era to be taken out. But the power play isn't going to lead to much, but the power play isn't over yet, because instead, Nikki Manalin is going to be taking a break from the game, as now Brickbat and Enclam going to have to try to find a way through. Have to burn Flip there. Mako ult to try and avoid it, but the Aimi ult's really going to... Ooh! A really nice secondary usage almost leads Enclam to actually throw the core behind there, but not quite. The missile prop there, great use by Ratman Rob to avoid a goal, but he is unfortunately going to special towards Nikki Manalen is going to lead to a bit of a strike war, and Brickbat and Nikki are going to find a chance to win it for Goodnight Gamers here.
Yeah, and I think it's going all the way back to that cast to last because Art Corner Crew essentially got speed blitz, both with that era secondary and in actually losing the round. So as we go into this next draft, I'm hoping, well, maybe not hoping because I want to go to sleep, but hoping that they can come back, get options and good denies, and the reverb on the X here. Lower cooldowns means more damage, which means more death. And we have seen a lot of death this game, as morbid as it is.
Yeah, unfortunately, Omega Strikers don't get sleep. That's just how it goes. Something to mention, Love and Drunk is going to be running both Timeless and Monu here. Those IME turrets are going to be a lot more dangerous, and we've seen a lot of damage exchanged on both sides. That might just be enough damage to really keep it going. Still, though, not much to do with those IME turrets. If you're dead, the power play is over now, though, so it's on Art Corner to find an opportunity out. Is going to almost avoid the barrier being lost, but really difficult to fully do that with a Julie in your face. Great IME turret, though, is going to allow is going to stop Brickbat from really grabbing the goal instead, though. The core is floating, but Brickbat is floating on not much health, and with the flip, I think Yoshi is really going to be wanting to confirm this kill if they get a chance still. You got to be careful, though. Nikki, with the flip, betting on the missile prop, and it is good, but not quite fast enough. Nikki's going to find an opportunity to score it in that top corner.
A beautiful shot from Nikki. He does not has those, much to the dismay of Art Corner Crew. But they really need to start playing around this turret because, unfortunately, Ratman Rob lets a double lock go through, McDouble, as we say in the business. But a power play on the side of Art Corner Crew and an angry X in the face of Ken Clam, hoping and probably almost getting, yep, definitely getting, both locks back. So open net situation, turrets back online, Lovin has the core, Tornado disrupts the pass, and Yoshi's in prison. He's out now. Maybe that's not a good thing. X is dangerous, and wow! A dash and a punch from Nikki absolutely just stubs Ratman Rob's flip. And normally you'd want the ult to do that, but Nikki says, we'll cope with what we got, you know what I mean?
To say the least, Goodnight Gamers is not looking for a game 2. They want to bring it back now, and they want to keep it simple, play the one game, win it here. We'll have to see what Art Corner Crew says about that. Still, though, currently we're looking at an advantage here for Art Corner Crew with barrier being lost on the other side and no barriers being taken out yet. Unfortunate flip miss there, but Love and Drunk's still going to find a great angle to take out both barriers now. Going to have to be careful. The IME turret, I'm telling you, it's a devious, very devious tool. I keep saying devious. I apologize, but you know, it is really with that, with Timeless and Monu on the field, is going to go to 2-1. Art Corner Crew wants to end it this set right now.
Yeah, Lovin fully specced into his turret, and my god, just look at the size of that thing. Now imagine if he had spec training too. Oh my goodness, it would be wraps. You would you take half your HP bar in a single hit. But speaking of half your HP bar, Lovin is staggered and fighting to survive. Nikki uses the ult to secure the lock instead of the kill. Kudos to him, he's a stronger man than me. As a flip from Ken Clamp shuts down Yoshi's ult, and the kill finally locked on Lovin as nothing happened, and the score, the core went in, tying us 2-2.
Yeah, a bit of a mental game. Even if Julie isn't attacking you, the pressure from Julie being in your face is still there, and unfortunately, Ratman Rob just put in a bit of a difficult situation and going to lead to a bit of a weird neutral skip where the core is going to fly in there. That is going to lead us here into a 5th set game. It's either on Goodnight Gamers here to try and close out, keep it to 1 game here in Grands, or it's up to Art Corner Crew to say, nah, it's my year, and bring it in here. In terms of Awakenings, though, we're going to be seeing Prize Fighter on Yoshi. We've been seeing a lot of kills from the X so far, so that might help to swing things in the other direction. But speaking of direction, the core is going in one direction, over to the side of over to the side of Goodnight Gamers, but it doesn't matter because Yoshi is being taken to the other direction, which is the edge of the stage, and the power play is coming out here. Love and Drunk, however, does not care, spending the flip there, getting both barriers in time for Yoshi to come back. However, a great flip there is going to lead Ratman Rob to be without both barriers. The core is still on the side, though. Very weird interaction there with the middle. Nicky Manellan going to try to set up something there, almost able to do so, but great defense there from Lovin, and Ratman Rob is going to leave Nicky Manellan without much health, going to have to spend the flip there, use it or lose it, and while it was used, it is also going to be losed, as in Julie's life is lose there, as as Nicky Manellan is down. Yoshi still running on a bit of low health here, so you have to be careful about how this power play goes. Nicky Manellan is back. Ratman Rob now in a bit of a difficult situation. Love and Drunk usefully spending that flip to avoid a difficult 2v1, but it's back here with the Maelstrom. A cheeky hit there is going to lead to a lot of layers, and sometimes it's difficult to chomp through that onion. Brickbat's Maelstrom doing great work to score the first point in the 5th set here for Goodnight Gamers.
It's really a tale of the specials and how well they're being utilized, right? Lovin with his special and the Maelstrom from Brickbat coming in clutch, but as I just start yapping and then barriers are gone and goals are scored as a flip gets a McDouble and Ratman Rob is left scratching his head. He's had some really good strike shots in his game, but unfortunately that extra range is not going to help too much when you are getting flipped in front of your face. And now it's match point and tournament point, really, for Goodnight Gamers.
Yeah, no, Brickbat putting a lot of work there. The really good use of the flip to take out both barriers, but speaking of great use of flip, Ken Clam is going to do the same. A very difficult to deal with hit there. It's going to lead both Ratman and Rob's barriers going down still. Yoshi trying to find an opportunity to get through, and gotta be careful because Nickman and Brickbat are both really low health, meaning I don't know how long this advantage is going to last. Ratman Rob's advantage that by throwing the special, and barriers are all down. Both goals are open. You gotta be careful of what choice to make. Brickbat, especially with that really low stack bar, using the special to make their way through is going to lead to Brickbat down many. Nick Manellan also low. Might not matter here. Cores are being traded. Not quite though. The missile prop is going to spend a flip just to find that opening in between Ken Clam and Nicky Manellan. Ratman Rob says, "I'll hit the core into the goal myself."
Yeah, Ratman Rob really said, fine, I'll do it myself. And that's such an important skill for goalies to have, right? It's something I need to work on myself, and that's why I'm hard stuck timing. I like to hold on to the flip, man. Especially when somebody else has it. I want that. I'm a hoarder. But Ratman Rob having the discipline and the mental fortitude to flip in that situation and secure them a point really makes all the difference, but unfortunately they're finding themselves on the wrong side of a power play. The turret from 11 doing great work to clear, and the flip, he finds both barriers. My god. As soon as they were out, our corner crew was back right in it, and the primaries from Ratman Rob holding it down. Oh my god, it did the thing where it went behind the lock and it doesn't to use his because he's almost dead, but it doesn't matter as X gave it to Mako, punches her, and she can't contest the core anymore.
Yeah, no, that was a really good play to do there. I was very worried for the sake of our corner crew with Nikki coming up with that flip, but Yoshi just performed enough to just get the core in there. However, Love and Drunk gotta be careful there. That health looking really low. Same for Nicky Manellan though. However, gonna use the middle there to get a devious hit in, leading to both barriers going down. However, not only is it leading to that, but Nicky Manellan is going to find an opportunity to throw it in there. Yoshi trying to use the X rotational move, the Bullringer, to deal the damage, but it is going to lead to a bit of a devious hit into the goal instead.
Oh, wow. What a game. Really close and a strong effort from both sides. Really unfortunate that that bell ringer cut off Ratman Rob's ideal clear. And oh my goodness, Nikki finding the pressure to seal out the tournament. Good night, gamers are your Seraphim specialized training number champions. No reset, no best of 3 because ironically their name rings true. Good night, gamers. They're your champions.
What can I say? They performed. You know, hitting all those locks out of the way to open the goal is what you need, and we really saw a lot of double locks, especially there, to keep the goal open. A lot of great flips on both sides, but in the end, Goodnight Gamers really just made it work, and I was really excited to see both teams perform at that level. But yeah, you know, great to see set 5, game 5, fifth point all in all, because the tide just switched between both of them. Both teams showed off what they can do, but in the end, the numbers don't lie. Goodnight Gamers is going to be walking away here with the championship title for Seraphim Specialized Training number 8.
Well played to both teams, definitely showing why they were our final two. Really close, nail biter, if you will. Lovin with that huge turret, X with that huge special, and Ratman Rob with the huge strike shots. Unfortunately, it was just not enough to beat Nikki finding those cheeky dash punches, the control from Air's secondary Enter Maelstrom, and Ken Clan just holding it down with the prison. My God, Mako goalie's kind of tough, no?
No, Mako goalie is good. Yeah, all in all, thank you again to both Art Corner crew and Goodnight Gamers for that great final game, and thank you to all the teams who entered into Seraphim Specialized Training number 8. If you want to be on here, come on down, join the tournament, play in it, do some funny with all of us here. But for now, the funny is over for tonight. With that, I am going to be getting that very good sleep because it is 1:30 a.m. and I will hope that all of you watching do the same. So with that, I believe I'm going to sign off. Do you have any last words for us?
Uh, it's been told time and time again, beating the horse with the dead stick, whatever that saying goes. Good night, gamers. That's about it. See ya.
Good night, gamers. Stay safe out there, y'all.